I'm working on Instagram. Thank you. No. Fine, whatever.
Remember to do what?
Oh, cool.
Okay, yeah, I just assumed we were sending it to everyone.
Oh. I think so.
I think so.
Live from inside the Spider-Verse, it's Super Gamekast 2.
Oh no, I'm cell shaded.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How you doing, Bronson?
I'm good.
I'm doing good. A little hungry because I forgot to get food this morning, but you know what? I ate a can of olives and 3 green beans that were left in a bag I found, and it's a good day.
All right, that's a hell of a sentence.
That is a breakfast.
I ate one too many burgers yesterday, and now I'm like feeling and smelling things I really shouldn't be. So now it's all pasta.
There's no such thing.
Oh man!
Don't tell me there's that.
There are things happening today. It's like, no, you're eating rice today.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, fine, whatever.
And now I'm feeling the energy with this 5-hour energy. It gives 5 hours of energy. 5-hour energy. Send me money, please. I will tattoo you on my body.
What flavor is that? Hang on.
That one's just the regular because I couldn't find the box of like the grape ones they sell at Walmart, so I bought the box of just regular 5-hour, which only give about 4 hours of energy. I feel like compared to the extra ones.
So you need to just go to Redline already. Let's do this.
No!
Let's do this. Yeah, let's go all the way.
That's like the worst. I don't know. When's the ideal time of day to have a red line?
Like first thing in the morning.
Oh.
Like right after breakfast.
Like, this oops pillow describes a red line if I took one during the podcast.
We drank one of those during the first podcast we ever did. That was a time.
Was that back in the... Yeah.
That was...
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what, if we all have a red line, I'll drink one.
I'm down.
Oh, I can't do that again.
No, dude, that's perfect for next year's PAX. We're gonna need it anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Just
Alright, guys, we're entering the Tri-Wizard drinking tournament, and we're all chugging a red line beforehand.
Yeah, that's how you die. Like you take that shit right after breakfast. You take that shit right after breakfast with a healthy serving of like food, and even then you're only supposed to drink half the bottle to determine tolerance.
Right.
I mean, strong could it really be, Bronson?
Quinn had like half a bottle and was like tapping his foot and like pacing for the entire rest of the podcast.
I feel like Quinn does not require much to get to that point.
Yeah, it's like that's just Quinn though. That's like him on like a soda.
Yeah.
Redline's no joke though.
That shit. Yeah. Once again, you would. Yeah.
The last time I took it, we've had this conversation before on this podcast. The last time I took it was like I had stayed up way late, stayed up through the night, and it kept me up. But man, I didn't feel good about it.
Oh god, Bronson, play our disclaimer song just to let the people know.
Actually, Ray shouldn't have Redline, I believe.
It's bad for people with diabetes.
Yeah, hold on, let me pull up the warning. Yeah. I know pregnant women aren't supposed to drink it.
It's because the baby would get too active.
Its heart would just explode.
It just starts doing push-ups.
Oh,
it speeds up 3 months in its pregnancy.
Oh, hey, apparently it did put people in the hospital.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
Redline.
It's called Redline for a reason.
Yeah, okay, so apparently a guy drinks 2 8-ounce cans of it with a burrito and a 7-Eleven and collapses and starts violently shaking. A teenager who drank several per day had the following problems revealed: severe inflammation, bleeding, and ulcers in the small intestine. A Texas man filed a suit because within 10 hours of drinking their drink, he experienced excessive heart rate, chest pain, and loss of sensation in hands. And a 57-year-old man suffered a stroke after consuming a red line. Yeah, no, but he did not follow the recommendations on the bottle, only consume half to determine tolerance.
Quick sidebar. Did you just say someone lost their hands?
No, they lost sensation in their hands.
Their feelings.
Okay, that's a big difference.
Don't. I would advise people not to drink a red line if they don't feel good about it, and then even if you do, drink half.
Read the warning labels.
Read that damn warning label for red line.
Holy shit.
Yes, a lot of those energy drinks out there are just sugary drinks, but that one in particular.
That one is not even described as an energy drink. They describe it as a AM student at max within minutes, incinerates fat effectively, 0 calories, 0 crash.
Eliminates fat and your health.
No, you can't be fat if you're dead. Let's see. Do not use this product if you're pregnant or nursing, if you're taking prescription drugs or have any medical condition. The user of this product assumes all liability. Should not be used with other caffeine products or caffeine at all. Let's see. Not recommended for individuals under 18. Keep out of reach of children. This is how you die.
Don't mess around with that. It was fun when we were just joking around. Yeah. Bad things could have happened.
It's like fun when you drink it when you're 18 and are completely healthy and functioning.
Yes.
Oh dear Lord.
Don't mess around with that. How's the week been for you guys?
It's long.
Yeah.
Long.
This week seemed to go by pretty quick, I feel like.
Really?
First. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
was about to say, then again, just because at work, like, we've had, like, constant projects every day, adding to the already constant projects we've had. So it's essentially been like, sit down, work, bedtime, go to work, wake up, snack.
See, that's like the worst kind of week to me. That's like that's a slow week. But
That's a slow week?
yeah, because I'm always working. And like
Then again, yeah, your job is basically just to yell at people.
Dude, no, I talked about this on the stream on Friday. I had the ultimate Karen this week.
Oh,
I had I had Mega Karen.
All right.
Like she came in and like fucking Ultraman into Mega Karen, and
Rita threw her staff down and said, "Let my Karen grow."
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my god.
You could see her over the webcam just.
Okay, let's. This woman.
Let's back up.
Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you. For those of you who weren't there on Friday when I was talking about this shit during the Ghost of Tsushima stream, fucking this woman calls and she is irate. Hoi hoi, says Little Wolf Streams.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello. Okay, but no, Mega Karen here. All right?
Yes.
Mega Karen.
Let's hear.
She calls in just fucking irate that we put on her old bank instead of her new bank. She's here for the intern.
Of course she is. That's what you're here for.
We gotta beat him.
But I'm not beating no one.
Yeah, we gotta beat the intern.
You gotta treat this intern well. This intern's is the pretty face that gets more people in.
Yeah, because last week we talked about putting him up.
Bronson, I'm 28 inches away from punching you in the face.
Oh,
what's your wingspan?
Just.
we also have yeah. Also, what was the? Also, we were gonna put him on Pornhub because we were
yes,
like,
no. I'm not putting anyone on Pornhub with bruises. That's not happening.
Yeah, we gotta leverage Ray on Pornhub so we can't have him bruised. That's why you gotta beat him with like bars of soap.
What was it? Oranges or bags of oranges?
It's bags of oranges and bars of soap in pillowcases. So that's how
So also work.
That's how you get so the bruises don't show.
If interns unfollow, or if interns beat, there'll be unfollows.
Can't put Parker on Pornhub either. Goddamn normal penis.
That's an in joke. I don't know. I'm gonna.
That's the last night's stream where like Parker. So Parker's clip of him talking about how he has a tiny penis is doing exceptionally well on the Facebook.
Oh my god! I love that you clipped that and sent that out.
It has 300.
I've heard about the rowboat.
England. Yeah, that has 322 views in 2 days.
Oh my god!
So he has so that's doing exceptionally well, and you know, like we were joking, just like it's just like everyone requests to see it and just finds out like it's normal size. It's like, god damn it, Parker, this isn't a micro penis at all.
Oh god.
What happened on Friday? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
no.
What did I miss?
Did we violate some Twitch rules? What's going on?
No, we didn't.
Bronson, what did you allow?
We didn't show anything. We were joking.
Hi, Emily. How you doing?
Hey, Emily.
I'm trying to figure out if we're gonna get banned here or not.
No, we're not.
Trying to figure out if this is our last podcast.
Oh, we just go to YouTube or Facebook.
I mean, yeah, but...
Or,
but it's the principle of it.
Good morning. Good morning. I caught him in his lies. So, no, we're joking. We're joking.
Apparently there was penis measurement happening on Friday. I don't know.
That was Saturday, but...
Oh, Saturday. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I peeked in a bit on Friday, and it seemed like a normal stream, so I don't...
Yeah. Wait a second, Bronson. Is that why you told me to bring out the measuring tape this morning?
Yeah, we need to find out if Parker really has a micro penis. That's.
Hell, we don't. You know what, Bronson? I'll leave that to you. You can get with Parker, and you can just. Let us all know.
I mean, to be fair, Stephanie's the one who encouraged this last night. So.
Y'all a bunch of troublemakers.
Y'all
This community that's been formed.
Y'all a bunch of late night drag racers.
Oh yeah, that's something we saw also. Ray and I went out for a drive on Friday night after I got done streaming, and we go over to like this street that we used to work on. It's a giant straightaway, and it's just like people racing cars.
Okay.
Like it's just like cars and motorcycles and like people that are spectators.
Nice.
There was like at least 200. There had to be at least 150 to 200 people there at like 2:30 in the morning, just drag racing.
And they were still there last night because I went for a drive last night, and I was like, I wonder if they're still going, and they totally were.
Awesome.
Oh,
yeah, that's great.
Awesome. Did you finally race for your pink slip?
No, but I did end up getting in. So I'm cruising down South Virginia going 25, right?
Okay.
And this dude like just starts like fucking flashing his like he wants me to go way faster.
Because you don't drive the speed limit, right?
Dude, you're going 25 on a surface street. But and also on that surface street there's a shit ton of construction. So so this dude just like beams his high beams at me and starts flashing, and fucking like immediately the second he can get around me, fucking starts speeding, and I'm like, you know what, this guy's a dick, and I fucking go immediately start speeding to catch him, and I fucking like I get caught up with him twice. Steps in the passenger seat. I forget what she says. She insults them.
Okay.
And then they fucking, and they finally end up losing us because they fucking go between two cars. Like the cars are positioned like this, and they go whoop, and then run a red light.
Great.
And I'm like, wow, okay.
Yep.
Super.
Why don't you ever drive fun when I drive with you?
Because
you always just drive on like the opposite side of the road, nearly hit a car, and then get mad at them when they honk at you.
Oh my god, you guys!
Driving to PAX is gonna be terrifying with you, bro.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be the best.
I'm gonna have like 4 seat belts on. I'm gonna throw Jared in the front seat, cover him in bubble wrap.
Stephanie said Big Ray said hi, you pieces of shit. And the guy was so scared he ran the red light like a fucking idiot. So yeah, no,
this is the whole moral of the story of Back to the Future 2 and 3. Don't race idiots. You're gonna hit that Rolls Royce.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were very close to hitting those two cars when they went between them too.
Yes, they were.
Probably, yeah.
That's actually the whole reason. Like, that's like the whole reason. Like, we ended up not. Let's see, we didn't race them. We scared them. Yeah, it was kind of a combo.
We didn't race them. Yeah, to be fair, I don't think anyone likes when they try and pass someone and then they just punch it behind them.
Yeah, like they pass us. Well, they fucking like drop into next gear and start speeding to pass us. And I'm like, okay, this guy and his high beams can go get fucked. We're gonna catch him. Yeah. So. Anyway.
Good lord. Anyway, I want to get back to the Karen story.
Yeah, I was about to say, Brian, you never finished your Karen story.
The fucking Karen story. So this woman calls, irate that we didn't get her bank stuff set up. Mm-hmm. And I pull up a letter and I see that the reason it didn't get set up is because she gave us the wrong bank information. The bank denied it. And she said, I talked to the bank. I've been with them 30 years. They said you never contacted them. And it's just continuing to bitch the entire call. And I just tell her, and eventually she starts to get rude. Like, what are you guys stupid? And I'm like, ma'am, if you're going to be rude, I'm going to disconnect the call.
Yep.
Because I do not play that shit at like 4 years in. 4 years in, sure. If you fucking are disrespectful, I will immediately give you the fuck you speech. I got a million other people waiting on the line. You're probably not gonna buy anything, so you're wasting my time. Get fucked.
Is it like the typical speech where it's just like, ma'am, if you continue to be rude, I will have to disconnect.
Exactly.
Or you have like a custom one.
It's just the typical one because like it gets the point across.
Yeah.
You know, just give them a little bit of a tone with it though, like, ma'am, if you're gonna be a giant bitch, I will disconnect this call. So anyway, so she calms down a little bit after that, but continues to be irate. And I'm like, ma'am, look, we have to process the payment, and then we can get set up automatic withdrawal set up over the phone if you have your bank info. And then and just like getting her to actually fucking do this because it's our mess up, even though no, it's not. You know, she just is like pulling a fucking stubborn donkey to water, and. Did
you just subtly call her a jackass, Bronson?
But so she ends up. So we get to the one-time payment, and it's $2 more than it normally is because if you're on auto withdrawal, you get $2 more a month. You get $2 off a month. But she's no longer on auto withdrawal. This is a one-time payment, and she is just livid that she has to pay an extra $2. $2 gentlemen.
Bronson, I've seen you rage for worse.
No, I will, dude. No, like this one, like I will get irritated. Like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever, and go on about my day. This woman is like harping on this shit super hard. I'm like, look, ma'am, the automatic withdrawals can't, and so we have to do it. And she's like, you know, you can talk to a supervisor. So when they mention that, you have to offer them a supervisor callback. You have to be like, okay, hey, I can have a supervisor call you within 24 hours. Yep. And she's like, and she's fucking just irate over that, but she's like, fine. And I'm just thinking to myself, this woman is really making me put in an order for a supervisor to call her on a fucking Saturday. To get $2.
Oh god.
Do you think she's gonna fight for more?
Maybe.
Due to this terrible customer service, I want a discount.
Yes, like I almost wanted to tell her, ma'am, if you shut the fuck up and just let me handle your service for the rest of this call, I will PayPal you $5. Like that's what it like. I like if this was like my 2 weeks, that's probably what I would have done. Like, oh, dude, no. When I put in my 2 weeks at this place, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, not as fun as Chrysalis.
No, because nothing's
fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like, what the fuck do you want? Yeah, like,
actually, for calling. Can you just please buy something?
Yeah. Can you please buy something and get the fuck off the line?
Bronson, I still think one of my favorite moments with you was going to E3, going to that kind of shitty Italian restaurant, and them double charging you.
Oh no, it wasn't the Italian restaurant, it was the bar.
That's right, it was the bar. That was the only time I've ever seen you, like, truly rage at, like, a restaurant. Like, you went, like, full into it. You were like, how dare they do this to me?
But, like, I didn't do it, like, the thing is I didn't do it to them. Like, that's the difference. Like, yes, I totally asked him, like, no, you double charged me, etc., etc. Like, can you get this immediately reversed? Because I needed the money to pay you for gas, you know.
But you went, like, your bill went from, like, 28 to, like, 67 somehow.
Yeah, that's because they also put the, like, someone we were eating with on the tab as well, and I'm like, this is fucking...
Man.
Yeah, it was very annoying. They
outside, and you were just like,
yeah,
like, go talk to him, and you were just like, no.
No, I did talk to them because that's how I got that reversed. But they said, oh yeah, it's gonna take like 5 days because banks, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god. And then they ended up they did end up giving me a little bit of a kickback on the meal, but I'm just like, this is very fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, so she's raging over this $2 fucking. And like, I put the supervisor call back in, but during the supervisor callback, I'm like, what is the best time for us to call you? And she's like, anytime is fine, but don't have to be late at night. And I'm like, sorry.
Can you give me an hour or something?
And I'm like, well, no, and I prompt them, I say, so, like, I'll tell them not to call you after 5 p.m. your time then. It's just like, or they could not be stupid and figure out what that means. And I'm just like, in my mind thinking like, or you could not be a cunt.
Right.
So
Jesus Christ.
So I'm sitting here placing this fucking order in, and then I have to set her up for the automatic payment, which it's another thing she fights. And I was like,
okay.
fucking Christ, dear Lord. Like, the entire time, I'm just, like, looking at my router being like, you just press the button. Mm-hmm. Just press the button and kill the internet for the whole house. just drop the call, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know. But I'm like, alright. And, because what we have to do to sign you up for an automatic bank draft is you have to listen to a recording, and then you have to agree to it. And then we make you type in your bank information, because they don't want you giving that to employees because it's a security risk.
Right.
Okay.
And she's like, I already typed it in, da-da-da. And I'm just like, ma'am, it was for the one-time payment. You have to do it again for the permanent thing. Just listen to the recording and follow the instructions.
This just gives me nightmare flashbacks to Wes, to Lorca, whatever you want to call it.
Like, the thing is like, this didn't happen... This happens maybe once every couple of months that you get something that's this fucking awful. Like, this just fucking obnoxious and rude and stupid. Yeah, AT&T, you got one of these every day. Like, at least.
Compare this to, because, like, when I worked there with you, I didn't get any of these kind of calls.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when I worked at AT&T, I never even made it through nesting, but I got, like, 6 of those.
Yeah. Man. Like, at AT&T, like, when I was on
so they fired me for being diabetic.
Yeah, that
what?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
we'll sidebar into that after Bronson finishes Karen's story.
Yeah.
Okay, alright,
So, and she finally gets through that, and I'm like, man, and now I have to go through this fucking spiel of, like, be like, do you have any questions about anything we've done today or our value-added services? And, like, in the middle of that, she just hangs up. And I'm just like... And I immediately go into, like, our, like, little break timer thing.
Like, where you don't get calls.
Where you don't get calls.
It's like A3 or some kind of window like that.
Yeah, and now we actually just have a drop-down menu. We don't even have a hard phone. Everything's run through the computer.
Fancy.
And, like, I go into it, even though I'm not supposed to be, and just, like, sit there for, like, 3 minutes like this, just like, Like, and I just think about, like, the supervisor who has to call her on Saturday or Monday, who's, like, gonna deal with that shit for $2!
Yep.
Like, $2 fucking dollars! Here's the thing. If you're that, I just dealt with someone earlier in the day who we owed them $9,000. It was a $9,000 claim that was late to them. And they didn't bitch nearly as much as this woman for $2.
Oh my god.
In fact, they were
you have silent anger. That's the I'm disappointed and I just want my stuff.
They weren't even angry. They just understood, like, yeah, everything's slow because of Rona. Because we are understaffed in every possible way.
Right. Man.
Wow. Like, so, like, unknown Karen from Arizona, fucking go suck it.
She's watching right now.
I mean, as Karens are...
Can you imagine how amazing that would be, Bronson? Just in the chat pops up, it wasn't about the $2, it was about the principle.
I'm like, well, good for you.
Oh, God. Alright. But yeah, back to my little thing. So yeah, the very first time I worked at West Lorca, whatever the business was called at the time, it was an AT&T call center. This was, I think, after Advantage Direct, and, the training was fine. It was the call center, anybody can do it, kind of a thing. And in nesting, the very first day of nesting, I had a bad, low blood sugar, accident. I just didn't eat breakfast, I didn't eat lunch, because I just didn't have the money. Kind of thing. I think I had a candy bar from the office just to kind of keep my blood sugar up. And then just in the middle of nesting, I was like, I need to log off and go sit down for a minute. So I logged off, walked to the break room, grabbed a Coke, candy bar, just kind of sat there for like 30 minutes. And then like the end of the day, like the manager pulled me over and was like, hey, we saw that you took a second lunch. And I was like, well, I'm diabetic. I had a bit of an issue, kind of a thing. And they're like, okay. And then the next day at like 10 a.m., after I got a call from a guy who I can't even comedically do his voice justice. Imagine the most hillbilly man you can possibly... Imagine if a man like this called and he was like, I got the SIM card not working in my smartphone. That was it. It was 35 minutes of that. Just... I was just like, oh, thank God I have hick family.
Right. Translate.
Otherwise, like, I guarantee if a supervisor listened to that phone, they'd be like, how'd you know what he was saying? I was like, what are you talking about? He said, that's SIM card.
Sure.
Yeah, but they pulled me in the office. They're like, yeah, you're just not getting the training. You're just not doing well, so we're going to have to let you go. And I was like, shit, this is bad. I have no income. I'm living in my car.
Yeah.
I need to figure this out. So I got unemployment set up, got all that. And when unemployment called them, they said the reason they let me go is that I stopped showing up for work.
No.
They were just like, yeah, I was like, no, they said I was fired, and they're like, they called me back a day later, and they're like, yeah, we've actually dealt with this company a lot before. Half of the reasons they give for firing aren't accurate, so you're just good for unemployment. I was like, cool.
Yeah, so this company, because I worked for them as well prior to Ray, about 2 years prior, had a reputation for this shit.
Great.
I got, and here's the thing, people would stay there as long as they could, though, because they paid good money for Reno in the middle of a recession.
Mm-hmm.
You had unlimited overtime you could do.
And it paid $11 an hour.
I think at overtime it paid almost 17 if you were able to get to overtime.
Yeah, and if you get to graveyard, it'd pay even more. So
yeah.
And like, just the thing is though, is like they would just fire people for no reason at all, like just all the time, just boom, boom, boom. I didn't even get told why I got fired.
Great. Wonderful.
We're on the phones.
Yeah, so they said so here's the thing. They record every call, right? No, I remember now. I remember this. I remember what happened. And so I go in. They didn't tell me I was fired. They didn't walk me out. Like, I show up one day and, like, swipe my badge. Nothing. Swipe my badge. Nothing.
Oh.
Swipe my badge. Nothing. And the security clerk goes to look at it. And he's like, oh, I'll pull you up in the system. He pulls me up in the system. He's like, oh, okay, that's weird. It says you're active. But, you know, so he goes around back, and I'm sitting there for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, well, I'm late for my shift. And he comes back, he's like, yeah, so you've been let go. And I'm like, why? And they're like, you swore on a call. And I'm like, excuse me? No, I did not. You need to play that clip for me immediately. I want proof. And knowing that they record every call, and they're like, oh, well, we don't have it. And I'm like, Yeah, and I applied for unemployment a week later, and they're like, oh, yeah, bro, you got it.
Another little side story that's fun. So I actually reapplied to that place later because they sent me an email being like, we're desperate and need help. And I'm like, I could use $1,400 to just sit in a classroom and then quit immediately when I get to nesting.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was just like, why not? I'm not doing anything in the mornings. Because at that point I was working graves at my, I was working graves at Chrysalis. So I was like, why not? It's just more money in the morning, money at night. I don't sleep, I have insomnia. Let's rock and roll.
Well, and plus, if you really wanted to, you could have slept at Chrysalis.
I'm not saying that I didn't sleep at Chrysalis, but I'm not saying I did. But anyway, so
by the way, there. Ray, did you get timestamps?
Yeah, I have them up.
Okay, thank you.
For these parts, I'm usually just like, this is just kind of our morning jargon.
But like some of this is funny. So
sometimes it's good enough to be a clip in itself. But, that's
good to know. I'll start tracking that because I usually timestamp like the news.
Sure.
But good to know. I'll start timestamping this.
Yeah, all good.
But
God,
anyway.
I haven't had to deal with any of that kind of stuff in a long time.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I go back there, get the job, because of course I did.
Yeah.
Also, I need a new keyboard. My E button doesn't like to work anymore. I have to really pound it.
Okay.
Right. Oh,
Pounding
God.
it. But anyway.
Bronson, check the chat.
Bronson, lol. You might just have you took the cap off and like checked for dust and everything?
I need to do that still, but I keep getting distracted. So I went in there, got the job. Fun fact, that's where I met Jared.
Oh, taking a breakfast order. Can I come in? Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Sorry, didn't catch the. Sorry, I always go to read the most recent one when it's brought to my attention.
Sure.
But yeah, so I go there. Like I'm in the training for like a week. I am not listening. I am just.
Yeah.
I am not paying attention. I'm on Paint, just painting random little things because I'm bored. The teacher brings it up every day. She's like, "Ray, can you focus?" I'm like, "Listen,
what do you mean
I know more than everyone in this classroom."
Right.
Can't either.
Because I've worked here before.
Oh my God, man.
Oh God. But
how you doing?
Oh God.
So...
Howdy, Stephanie.
Anyway, yeah, no, that place was horrendously awful. Like it was.
Damn, man.
It gets better though. There was a snowstorm, like I mean a bad one, like unsafe to drive. So I'm just like, hey, I call my man, I'm like, I'm not making it in. Like my car has
get
full
the iced
tires.
Coffee,
it doesn't. I don't have chains. Like there's no way I'm making it safely.
The iced
chocolate with then the next day, it's pretty much cleared up. Like the roads are fine. I drive to work and I walk in and the same thing happens to Bronson happens to me. I bam, it doesn't work. I'm like bam, bam. I'm like, why does my car work? Talk to the security guy.
And
I'm like, hey, why can't I get in? And then the security guard goes, gets my manager, who stands behind the door, and I'm just like, I'm just like, hey, what's going on? She's like, yeah, sorry, we're going to let you go. And I'm just like,
I'm sorry, you're fired.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that was pretty much it. It was just like, yeah, sorry, we gotta let you go. And I'm just like, what's going? They're like, you missed a day. There's no absences allowed in your first in the training period. I'm like,
I don't know if you want the.
Did you see that storm out there? You didn't come in yesterday.
Right. God damn, man.
Oh
terrible.
God.
I don't know if you want the.
Oh God, it is funny though because of that training class, I met my current coworker who got me the job out at Panasonic doing engineering work and like BIM modeling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So ironically, because I took a job for like a week, I was able to get my current job of almost 4 years.
Yeah, man. Goddamn.
Oh God, I love muted Bronson because it just looks like he's praising Jesus. Every time I looked over at Bronson, he's just like head banging with one arm in the air.
I'm speaking tongues and selling apocalypse buckets. Oh, Jesus.
The soul of my chicken fried steak has left this plane, but the gravy of life is gonna pour over it.
Oh, hallelujah.
We need to go get.
We're gonna get unlimited hash browns in heaven, boys.
The Hurricane Cafe closed, is what I heard. Makes me sad.
Oh, wow, that's closing.
I'll double check.
By the way, so what'd you get for breakfast? I'm curious.
That egg sandwich and a obscenely large iced coffee.
From where? Oh, from Starbucks?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
I've never been to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, actually, their donuts are spectacular, and their coffee, like, some of their drinks are better than Starbucks, some are worse.
How does their black coffee compare to Starbucks black coffee? Because
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, because Starbucks black coffee is some of the worst coffee I've ever had. And it boggles the mind because they're Starbucks.
Yeah, but no one orders fucking black coffee there. Like, I can't tell you the last person I know ordered a black coffee from Starbucks.
Right. Yeah, no, they make all their money off of, dumping sugar in it, so, like, it makes sense, but,
I said no because this show ends at, 1. It'll be, cold and fucking, Oh god, yeah.
It's gonna fail the podcast for 20 minutes. Drive to Bronson's house. Walk in, eating my egg sandwich back. What news topic are we on?
Oh my god.
You guys are funny.
You know, the most professional of podcasts.
Whatever, our brand is unprofessional.
Yeah.
But thus it is professional.
Yeah. You don't know if this is actually whiskey.
Architect KV says, you know, making me hungry.
Is this water? Is this vodka? We don't know.
That's a good question.
Vodka.
Yeah, this is black coffee.
Who
That's
drinks
it.
straight vodka? Y'all people are criminals. First off, you get a little OJ and you make a mimosa.
Actually, drinking straight vodka actually helps kill bronchitis. So if you have like bronchitis, it'll help with that.
Last time I had any vodka was the flavored vodka when we were young and we were just drinking because we could.
Was that the night Bronson tried to kill you by abandoning you in a snowstorm?
No, that is entirely different. I don't know what I drank that night. Do you remember what that was?
I'm pretty sure it was vodka and tequila. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember.
It definitely wasn't rum.
I remember a room full of black lights. There was a ping pong table that was constantly manned, or else I would have been on it. And there was a woman who had like black light paint all over her body, and then she was just walking around drinking, and everyone was just like chill.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Where did you guys go to? Bronson, why didn't I get these invites? Our parties are like just Smash Bros and karaoke.
I don't know who those people were. What party did we go to? What was that about?
Okay, so
I just like heard, hey, I'm going to a party. You want to come? And I'm like not feeling good. I'm already drinking a Rolling Rock. Like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, like I remember telling everyone it's free open bar, and I used to like party on the side, as you know, and I had a bunch of degenerate friends who I do it with in college. And they, along with
degenerate friends.
They, along with some dudes I knew from high school, are like, oh yeah, man, we got this entirely empty apartment, and we're doing a free open bar party. Come on up. And I was like, oh, free open bar, you say? Well, I'm gonna invite Tori and fucking Aaron and Quinn and like everyone we know, basically. And that was in, like, December of 2012. And I remember you kept asking our group broke off into smaller groups. And you kept asking at least ours and one other if you do take a shot. We always
it was you and Tori. You guys were my checks, and both of you failed me.
Well, if you so that's the thing. If you ask me, should I do another shot? The answer is almost always going to be yes.
No, I learned that.
And,
I figured that out.
And then Tori, the answer is always yes.
Yeah.
110%. No, so she. I remember one time I went to a party at her house in 2013, where like. She's like trying to get, I was like completely content to chill at home. And she's like, no, you need to come out. It's a fun house party. My parents are gone. Quinn's here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, fine. So I shower and I get dressed and I go and I drive out to Sparks. And I go and I park outside her house and I walk in and I walk through the door. And I knock on the door and she opens it up. And I just am hit with the smell of the cheapest rum in the world.
Yeah.
Like, this is like hobo rum.
Yeah.
Just immediately just...
Hey, that shit's good. I want to fight for that right.
Yeah, it was the Kraken, for those of you who know what it is.
Oh, I know it was
no
Kraken.
idea.
Kraken is the worst rum you can ever drink. It tastes like motor oil and looks like dirt.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm immediately just destroyed by the smell of Kraken. And it's only Tori who opened the door, who's like, hi, Bronson! And just gives me a giant hug. And I'm just like, oh god, the smell of meaty bad rum.
I would say, though, Tori is my favorite drunk person.
Yeah, she'll clean your house.
She'll clean your house and she's just always smiling.
Yeah, and she's like always in a good mood and upbeat and like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a. She's a fun drunk.
Tori's house parties were fun, but lordy, were they exhausting.
Oh yeah, well they were exhausted. Yeah, between the fact that like that house was like shoulder to shoulder, and then you had the sex room upstairs, and then Josh getting so drunk that he like filled the entire like trash can with vomit. Like, yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah, that one was crazy. Like our nerd parties are a lot more packed, but not nearly as wild in most cases.
You can spread that alcohol around to more bodies.
Yeah. We, what was it? Oh, God. How many beers did you fit in that bathtub?
I don't remember fitting beers in a bathtub. I remember...
I thought that's where they made, like, the beer concoction.
Oh, no, okay, so no. You're thinking of the beer shine party that you weren't
at. I thought that was...
I
know I missed that one, because that was New Year's, I want to say.
That was like Tori's last party. Morning, you sexy beast, says Sticks and Crits. Morning, Thomas.
Morning.
Thomas!
Sorry, I thought you were referring to the Ricky constantly bringing Everclear thing, which I'll get to in a minute. No, what that was... what that was is Ricky and his crew were still underaged, like under 21, except for, love the Critical Role shirt, Ray. Nice. Except for, like, one person. So, like, okay, we need another way to make alcohol. So they go try and make beer in their bathtub. But they fuck up the alcohol content. And, they ended up making beer shine. Which... What beer shine is, it is mediocre beer with the alcohol content of moonshine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like moonshine.
Yeah.
I can tolerate beer, but together. That seems like an unholy union that you shouldn't cross. That's like if you summoned the world's worst demon. Like, he's not good at destruction. He's not good at vandalism. He just kind of lounges on your couch and eats your Doritos.
Best comment in the chat is "ew," but why? Because they fucked up. I already said that part of the story.
Oh, God.
It was
By
an
the way,
accident.
Thomas, when's the next big house party so I can fly out to New York?
Oh, man.
I told Thomas that if he is willing to come to Reno, I will organize another nerd party. I will get all those people that have been to those and be like, I summon thee! We haven't done one like...
Thomas, get Nate, get Becca, we'll throw a D&D party in the back room, we'll all wear cloaks.
I'll take a day off work from work for that. Yeah, Jericho went to the nerd party. She knows how fucking crazy they get.
Oh, yeah.
Then I will be the shitty demon summoned to your party.
Oh, God.
Anyway, those are the...
Everclear with Budweiser.
These are also the guys who, like... let's see, I don't remember the last one. I was drunk of most of it. Okay, so no. There's also... The guys who made the beer shine are wonderful people, but they also, like... I went to their apartment once, and the best way I could describe it would be like, imagine frat bros, but if they were giant fucking nerds. And then also, they've showed up to the party when I hear that Everclear has been put at the bar. Because that's what they bring every time, is they bring fucking Everclear. Like, I remember I was like, because Ray and I are hosting, so we're kind of going around all different groups, seeing everyone's having a good fucking time, making sure everything's going well. Occasionally hopping on karaoke or Smash Bros. Are doing some shit, but mostly just...
Karaoke starts to die. Me and Bronson bring It's Tricky out. And it's party time.
Yes.
There you go.
Or Backstreet Boys. Or if it's really starting to die, you have to do Welcome to the Black Parade.
Yeah.
That
doesn't save it, the party's over.
Yeah, if that doesn't save it, it's like, alright, everyone's starting to check out. So,
And then at that point, you have to play Shots by Little John, and then the party bumps for like 5 minutes, and then it's done.
And then it's on life support during that. So,
That's the breed!
yeah.
That's the last resort song.
So every time I would hear like, oh hey, you know, it was someone brought Everclear. Like, there's always that person who's shocked that it's happened.
Right.
And like I'm just like every time I finally hear that through the crowd, I'm like, oh hey, Ricky's here.
Right.
Like, that's immediately what I end up thinking. We got a comment in the chat. Toss a coin to your Witcher is always a good one. That is not on SingStar, but I wish it was.
Boo.
They actually took down SingStar servers, so we actually can't buy.
I was gonna say, what would you do? Are we doing Rock Band now?
No, it's like SingStar is still like we still have all the old songs and everything. It's just
Oh, so you can still play. All right, you just can't like get new stuff.
Just can't get new stuff, and we already have like 120 songs.
Yeah, what we could also do is just find like a mic that works through YouTube, and then just do that.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That's something about this generation that I miss is like we did not get any good karaoke games. Like they re-released SingStar, and then that was it. And like we didn't get Lips, we didn't get a real SingStar sequel.
You know, this generation was like just decided music games were not to continue. Like, yeah, they started making more. They still release songs for Rock Band and stuff, but like.
Well, we got Rock Band 4 and expansion pack for it, which like not many people bought,
right.
Which is unfortunate because now it's absurdly expensive.
Right.
Like Rock Band is going through like a renaissance now, like where it's like retro and cool again. So like if you go on Amazon right now or eBay, I'm literally looking at the full Band in a Box bundle for the Xbox right now. Do you
okay.
In a box?
Yeah,
Get a Band in a Box.
I mean, we did get a couple of Just Dances, but that's not the same thing.
Yeah. We got one dance. We got a download only Dance Central that you had to buy the music for.
Could you imagine Dance Central mixed with karaoke?
That'd be cool. But no,
sure.
Okay, so like the Band in a Box bundle right now starts at like $600.
I get it.
It's understandable, yeah, but still.
Yeah, because no one bought it, so they didn't print many, and fucking now everyone wants to hop on the fucking train, and well, I'm here to tell you people, it's too fucking late. You killed Rock Band. Okay.
It's gonna be another 10 years. There's going to be a hobbyist group that like home makes instruments that happen to work with the software.
Like,
and it's gonna be this cool underground thing.
Like, I'm sitting here being like, man, I really hope all that stuff works on PS5. Yeah, like starting bids on eBay right now are like $270.
Okay.
For, like,
the generation that grew up with that is maybe starting to get to a point financially where they might swing that if it means enough to them.
Yeah, like I remember when Rock Band 4 was just too early. It's unfortunate because that game was awesome. I loved it. I remember we played it at E3, and then they said, "Oh yeah, all your old music carries over, and all this shit like is and like all your old stuff is going to carry over, and you can even carry over if you have the exports for Rock Band 1, 2, and 3 for a small fee, you can bring all that shit over." So on my Rock Band, we have over 300 songs like total to play, and it's all the songs from 1, 2, 3, 4 plus a bunch of DLC. And I want to buy more DLC for it. Like, I love that game, and I'm sad. Like, I was so sad that like 4 didn't do well. Like 4 did well enough to like get an expansion pack, and then just like, all right, we're gonna release weekly DLC forever.
I feel like the way the Wii is always going to be a staple in retirement homes. I feel like Rock Band is always going to be a good staple go-to thing to do, like the gamer karaoke for like gamer bars and gamer restaurants.
Well, I think that
Rock Band would just do what Beat Saber does, where I could just go online, download a song to it, and just have it.
Well, here the thing,
because there's so many songs Rock Band just can't carry, and I'm just like, oh, why?
Well, it's because, like, unlike Beat Saber does what Audio Surf does, where it just, like, recognizes certain beats and just, like, creates something for it. Versus what they do for Rock Band is they actually go and they break down the track and they try and replicate the actual guitar, bass, and drum.
They have to hand place all those notes.
Yeah, they have to hand place
and for multiple difficulties.
Yeah, so that's why. But they're still playing.
Isn't this Living on a Prayer? No, this is Metalocalypse. No, this is Living on a Prayer. I recognize the strum pattern.
They just put out DLC as of a week ago, and they're taking a quick break before season 18 because Rock Band does seasons now. So their latest song is Jonathan Colton, IKEA.
See, again, that gamer bar demographic, perfect.
Yeah.
They keep putting out, they just looking at, I'm on their blog right now, and they put out music every single week.
I'm still just waiting for DJ Hero 2 to come out.
You mean 3?
Yeah, right.
3, yeah.
That game was underrated. That game was cool.
It was so underrated.
It was cool.
Was so neat.
Yeah, thank you, Ray.
I think a 3 would be well received.
I think that game was too early, and it had some sick mixes. That Lady Gaga Eminem mix was good. Yep. Holy shit.
A+ all the way across.
Apparently, back in May, Rock Band got Creed with Arms Wide Open and Bush's Glycerin.
Okay.
With Arms Wide Open. I almost want to go download that.
Shit.
Can that be what the start of the Nerd Party plays? Start off with Creed.
I only bring my Rock Band because my Rock Band set is so precious to me. I only bring it to small gatherings.
For right now,
I'm not willing to risk it at a fucking
drunken nerd party.
Yeah, I'll bring it to a small gathering. If you want to play it at your birthday, great. Awesome. If my birthday, we can do it down at my house. But bringing it to one of those nerd ragers, fuck that.
I guess with the microphones too, you can replace those for $10. That's not too bad.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, those are just USB studio mics. It's the other shit that is expensive. Now, the Rock Band 3 equipment does work on other stuff, but that it's not ideal because it's it's all it's not as well made.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I could bring my PS3 and we just have less songs and whatnot. Or we could bring my PS3 and do Rock Band Beatles.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's Actually, you know what? That game's campaign is particularly the second half. This is what you do.
Yeah.
You get everyone to do mushrooms or LSD or something like that, and then you play Rock Band Beatles, the campaign mode, where...
So is it gonna be Nerd Party Back to the Future version?
Being nerd
Everyone gets a little baggie when they come into the door.
Here,
and then by the end of the night, everyone's strumming a guitar and just in a circle, rocking to the beat.
Last October, they put out a second Proto Men song that I downloaded.
Did they?
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so we should probably get on topic, considering it's been...
Yeah, do we want to talk about what we've been playing?
Yeah, so we only got one new release this week we've played, I believe.
Yeah.
Because, I know that you've been continuing to do Skater XL and Final Fantasy VII, correct?
Yeah, Monday was something.
Well, what happened Monday? Because I was out and about.
So, I ran into a mech machine thing that just wrecks me. It has a single move that it doesn't call on very often, but the moment it does, it wipes out at least 2/3 of my team. With one shot. So this is Final Fantasy VII. This is I'm following. They got the huge materia out of the underwater reactor. I'm trying to follow it. They take it to the submarine. Reno stops us and sends a machine at us. and this machine has a laser move that if it does that one move once, we wipe and it's over.
Sure. I can't remember in Classic, but do you guys have do you have auto life, the thing that just auto revives you if you get knocked down?
I mean, that is a spell in that game. I just forget how it.
Yeah, because if you cast, I know at least in Final Fantasy X, you just cast that on your whole party or equip it as an item, and if you get knocked down, you just come back up with like half health.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bosses that are bullshit like that, where it's just like, oh, you thought you had it.
Yeah.
Party wipe move.
Well, I mean, we saw the clip. So let's see.
That clip is the best thing ever, but it also, we've all felt that moment.
Alright, so you're in the underwater reactor.
Yes.
You did the ghost ship. So Shinra sub battle. Yeah, I'm trying to pull this up for you. Sid's rocket, so we're past that point, or before that point. Let's see. Let's see, you'll find another huge materia. So, Leviathan scales. Did you catch the name of the boss?
No, not off. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Did you do the sub battle?
It was in front of the submarine. Like, I don't know if it wasn't in it.
Okay.
We just arrived, and
you just arrived to the underwater reactor.
No. We've been at the underwater reactor. We went to go grab the huge materia. It got taken away by a claw that put it in the submarine, and then Reno was there. We ran into him. He said, "You're not worth my time." Brought out this machine.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, they put it in Final Fantasy VII Remake, but not Classic. So Classic didn't have auto life, but
it didn't.
Cool. All right, that's fine.
So you just get just take a pounding for a bit from a claw machine.
Yeah, but here's the thing about Final Fantasy VII, the original, is like 90% of bosses have some like that thing that I showed you when I gave you the that thing I showed you when you were doing that one boss where I was like, equip this elemental shit on him, it'll just heal your party forever.
Right, and the problem is I don't have the things that make it weak. So the answer is to go get it somehow or just grind.
Did you look up how to go get it? Is it something quick and easy?
No, I haven't done it yet. But
yeah, I was going to say, like, it might just be something, because
it might be something easy, you're right.
Yeah, like, I would do that. Like, what is the thing needed to beat it?
Good lord, man, I don't know. That was ages ago. We were just talking about how ancient some of this news for this week feels.
Yeah, no shit.
But anyway, so we're going to complete Final Fantasy VII. That is the plan. I might want to take a break tomorrow. It depends. I'm going to look up later today what I need to do to get the things I need to beat this boss. But as someone who is, I've spoke about this multiple times on the stream now. I've said it a couple times here on the Gamekast that this JRPG kind of gameplay, the way that it's just not for me. And I'm playing it because it's a classic, and I've enjoyed, what story I've seen, even if I don't understand all of it. I really enjoy the characters, and I enjoy the setting. It's great. I just the gameplay's not for me. But so I've been brute forcing it up to this point, which has now started biting me in the ass, and now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do.
No, so it sounds like you would have to to enjoy JRPGs. You would have to do it the way me and my friend Matt used to, where I would largely play it, and he would be there to chat and fucking enjoy the story.
I mean, yeah, that's basically it. I'd be the girlfriend on the side of the couch,
yeah.
saying, "Use that one. That was a pretty looking one. I like the fire that came from that one. Do that."
I'm gonna be real. Half of the way I play JRPGs is through apparel. If you look good and have a cool looking weapon, I don't care how shitty the weapon is, you're gonna be looking dope as fuck with your weak gear going to fight Bahamut.
That you just described what MMOs are.
That's MMO. Honestly, the beginning of Destiny 2, and this is true for all MMOs, but Destiny 2 was you start out just looking like trash compared to everyone else. You go into the tower and it's well, damn. But once you start getting some weird shit, oh, I have wings now. I don't know. Sure, That's awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
the solstice event.
Yes.
That event that starts this week. The gear looks so cool.
I don't know what the Titan stuff looks like. The Warlock's okay.
Yeah. For Destiny 2, you recommended I waited until the new expansion. Should I not wait now that they've pushed it back?
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, because
you're like, you should just wait for the new event. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Just buy all the DLCs. It'll be good. And I'm just like, it's coming. And I'm just like, but I kind of want to play.
Yeah, like...
There's that, yeah.
Like, that's the thing. The thing is, though, is, like, also, we are 2.5 weeks away from Avengers. Where, you know, like, and Tony Hawk, and for me, Madden, and, like, we are, like, 2 weeks away. We actually, in all honesty, we're basically in new release season. Like, we're...
Like, yeah, really, to be honest, we're in it
Basically.
with, you know, Ghost of Tsushima's out.
Like, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys is big right now.
Yeah, like, Fall Guys just came out and it's really good. There are a couple of releases that are, like, in a week that are fairly large.
Skater XL, depending on whether you like those kinds of skating games or not.
Yeah, UFC comes out in a week. Once again, that's something you gotta be into it, but if you're into it.
Yep.
But no.
Avian says MMO's glamours / transmog is true endgame.
Yeah, no, it's not like I want the strong gear, which is why I'm raiding still. But the real reason I'm here is because I want to look fly.
Yup.
It's
instead of tier 2.
Yeah, that's why. Like, that's actually why I liked vanilla WoW so much. Is like, in current WoW, you just go transmog and look cool. If you want to look cool in vanilla WoW, you had to go through some shit.
Yeah.
You could tell who put the work in.
You could tell who was a bad. That's actually one thing I like. Just like, you saw someone roll through town in full tier 2, you were like, oh fuck.
Right.
But yeah, no, like, starting in 3 weeks, all within the same week, it's Madden, Avengers, and Tony Hawk, and NBA 2K.
Oh.
Just boom, 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 right, all in a row.
So if you're interested in, like, any of those, that'll occupy some time, and then there are, like, releases, October, November, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
It's really cool that we're getting all these releases and still no price on a console, though.
Yeah,
well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We have some news.
Oh god, just when I found out they were doing a state of play this week, and it was only gonna show one PS5 game, I'm just like, please, why? And then Ray just says secret console, which was the intent to make me think of Avatar.
Yeah,
that was the intent.
Yeah, that.
Secret console.
Yeah, I don't remember how the next part goes, but I know the chorus goes secret. Avatar is the best show, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. It's on Netflix.
I spent hours in FF14 to make my character. No, like literally, I run a bunch of old raids in WoW to make my mage look like wizardry as fuck. But no, so like Catherine Full Body's out on the Switch now. Fall Guys just came out. Horizon Zero Dawn PC is out. We got Flight Simulator and Battletoads in 2 weeks, or like a week and a half.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no, Battletoads, bro. Ray is actually going to be joining me for a Friday stream of Battletoads.
Nice.
Because it does not have online co-op. It's called Couch.
Perfect. Also, can we talk about how October 30th, Pikmin 3's coming to the Switch?
Yeah.
And I'm so hyped for that. I didn't buy a Wii U because it didn't appeal to me, because I was like, there's like 4 or 5 games I want to play, but not enough to justify a console. And then Bronson posted that in our Discord, and I was just like, ah!
We got a comment in chat, woo Catherine. Catherine's great.
Catherine is great.
But okay, so going forward,
I have a full Vincent cosplay.
So this, so this week we got Fall Guys, that terrible Fast and the Furious game, Horizon Zero Dawn. Next week we're getting UFC, Flight Simulator, and Battletoads. 2 weeks after that, you're looking at Madden, Project Cars 3, NBA 2K, Avengers, and Tony Hawk. Then you get a little bit of time off until Spelunky 2 weeks later. Then another 2 weeks later, you get Crash 4 and Star Wars.
Wow.
A week later, you get Dirt. Then you got 3 weeks until Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Watch Dogs Legions, and Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD.
Holy crap.
And
So what
then
you're telling me is it's almost the season of video games.
I'm so excited, bro. I am so excited.
That's so many games to play, though.
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And then in November, we are getting Yakuza Like a Dragon, Cyberpunk 2077, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Halo Infinite, and a total of 2 new consoles.
Amazing.
Console's gonna cost, Bronson, so we know how much to save.
We don't know! Assume $500.
Save somewhere between $500 and your firstborn child.
Also, supposedly we're getting video cards next month.
That's
Oh my
amazing.
god, okay.
Yeah, and by the way, here are games that don't have release dates. They're supposed to hit this year. So this was going to be in that window. I'm just going to tell the notable ones. Axiom Verge 2.
Oh.
Crisis Remastered.
Okay.
Dangerous Driving 2.
Sure.
The console ports of Disco Elysium.
Okay.
Destiny 2's next expansion. Doom Eternal's expansion.
Oh.
Godfall.
Right.
The rest of Halo and the Master Chief Collection on PC, plus Halo Master Chief Collection crossplay.
Okay.
Let's see. Oddworld Soulstorm. The Pathless. Spider-Man Miles Morales, which will be the launch of the console. Super Meat Boy Forever. A console port of the first System Shock. A new Vampire the Masquerade. Windjammers 2.
Damn.
And World of Warcraft Shadowlands.
Holy shit.
That's so many.
We got lots to cover.
Yeah,
we do.
Get your game Risk of Rain 2.0 launch in 2 days.
Risk of Rain 2 1.0. So that's fantastic. Risk of Rain 2 is apparently a very good game.
Get your GameFly accounts ready, gentlemen, and your Game Pass and all. Well,
I played this one thing. It's gonna be like, well, I played an hour of this, then I just switched to try this one, and then this came out also that I forgot about.
Well, we'll take it week by week. So this week we got nothing, and then the next week we got Flight Sim and Battletoads. So
yeah, it'll be a nice break from Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, so we should get into that. So I have to do one more side quest, and then I'm about to finish Act 1.
I've essentially just been trying to clear up the fog of war because my island looks like a Dalmatian with the amount of spots on it.
Mine just has like a couple, but I've done everything on that first island.
Yeah, I'm at the point where now I'm just getting collectibles, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, let's go rescue Uncle. Thomas says, looks like my unemployment is all going towards the games. Like a responsible adult. Yeah, who needs to eat? Oh, God.
You're playing console GameFly.
No, yeah, bro, like, if you're on console, once again, GameFly. If you're on Xbox/PC, Game Pass.
Yeah. Oh, God. But
like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna buy Flight Sim, but I'll play the fuck out of it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Also, I got bored and went back to Bloodborne again, Bronson, just giving myself dumb challenges to do because I was bored. My current one is see how long I can go without going to the Hunter's Dream at all.
That's actually a good idea. You're at that point with that game where you're just like, I want a new one so bad.
I'm past the first 2 bosses. I beat Gascoigne, I beat the Cleric Beast with nothing but Molotovs I've picked up off enemies.
That's how we...
And punching.
That's how we beat him the first time I ever played that game.
Yeah. It is really funny when you punch the Cleric Beast, but it's like 1, and you're just like...
Yep.
let's go, round 2. He punches you once, half your health's gone. You're like, okay, all right, my turn.
But Ghost of Tsushima, no, I that game is one of my 2 front runners for Game of the Year for me personally. I just gel with it so fucking easy. Like it's unbelievable. Like I started playing it because I had to keep I have to keep off my feet currently, right? Like anytime that I have a free moment that I need to be like just chilling off my feet, and so I was like, well, I want to play a game. I don't like Paper Mario's battle system, which is a shame because I like everything else about it. Guess I'll start playing Ghost of Tsushima, and just the world and the side quests and like I love the mythic tales of Tsushima. I've only done 3 of like the 8, but they're so fucking cool.
They really are. So I'm gonna say my favorite thing about this game right now is the look of disappointment on every one of your friends' faces when they see you do some like sneaky ninja shit where you're just like in the grass, you pop up, stab someone in the neck, go back down, and then like after you clear a cave, you walk out and they're like, what's that? That was so dishonorable. Dishonor on you.
Except Yuna, who's like, yeah, you doing that neck stabbing shit. The
background like shoots an arrow at a guy and just cheers as you stab another guy in the neck.
I have a feeling I'm gonna fuck up that first that castle. Because I have done literally everything on the map you can do without the grappling hook. And I just got the grappling hook, so I'm going to finish those 2 up. And
once you get the grappling hook, it just becomes Uncharted. It's the coolest thing. You just, like, hook it up in the tree, and you're like, wow, this thing really is...
Oh, yeah. I did that first mission that you do with it, and I'm just like, this just seems like OP as fuck. Because now I can just zip straight up to towers and murk the fuck out of guards there. Like, this just seems evil.
Oh, God. Yeah, also, I love how, like, while you're, I guess this is a small spoiler, not really, but I love how when you're trying to save your uncle, the guy's just like, he keeps stabbing people in the neck. It's not that honorable. Join me. He's just like...
Man.
Also, when you first played that, did you not know how to fight that guy on the bridge that he kicks you off of?
I mean, I barely knew how to fight,
like, in that fight, I didn't know, like, that you needed to parry certain attacks and dodge other ones, so I was just like, this guy is whooping me.
Yeah,
this guy is straight whooping me.
Well, you're supposed to lose. Like, that's the point of it.
Even if you win, you lose that fight.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so...
This is a game of making the wrong decisions.
I really enjoy the world and the setting and like how like yes, it has its stealth and its action moments, but then like you'll have these moments where like here like go into a hot spring and reflect, or like and like during that it exposes more of Jin's character, or like go write a haiku. Or, and then you have all these side quests with different characters and whatnot. And, like, I've heard people complain that the world feels kind of empty, which, A, I disagree with, and B, I'm like, it's feudal Japan. It's
what do you mean the world is empty? I can't go 6 feet without finding someone to murder.
Yeah,
and it's annoying because I have to murder them. I'm compelled.
I run...
half the time they have a hostage who points you to another quest, and I'm like, stop it. Please, stop.
The only ones I save are the hostage, but they're more referring to, like, towns and citizenships and whatnot. It's like, yeah, it's kind of thin on that, but I'm just like, it's feudal Japan.
Yeah. Also, do you find it as entertaining to watch 2 bandits get destroyed by a bear?
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's so funny every time, and then you're just like, and pick off the last one, and bear pelts.
So, the world is so full, who would say it's empty? Like, one question I have for you is, you know that camp that you free with the Ronin when you first get the grappling hook?
Right.
So, did you release the bear?
No, I shot the bear in the face.
It's
pelt.
I went to the... Oh, well, I took its pelt, too. I just snuck in and released the bear and let it fuck the camp up as much as possible.
Oh, God. Oh, by the way, Bronson,
mm-hmm.
Have you fully upgraded your sticky bomb?
No, I've fully upgraded smoke bombs.
Okay, so, once you free the camp, you light the signal, and there's like those 20 guys in that room you're supposed to kill with the Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
I ran in there and double sticky bombed and killed the whole group before they broke in.
Similar...
Because once you fully upgrade it actually does decent damage in an area, and if they don't know you're there, you're like, "Hwah! Hwah!" And then just...
Similar to what I did is I threw a wind chime down, and it made the entire area, all the dudes grouped together, and then I shot them with 2 explosive arrows.
That's fun.
And they all burned to death.
I love this game. There's so many ways to do everything.
My big complaints are, like, the combat is really easy and just feels kind of like Simon Says.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, though. Wait until later. Like, I've seen some endgame combats from that, and, like, if you're not in the right stance, you just die.
Yeah, because, like, so far, like, I feel like, okay, well, I took the talent point to be able to parry spears, so I never need to switch to stone stance. So I'm just, like, constantly between, like, water and moon. Water for shields, moon for brutes. And even then, though, it just does feel like Simon Says. Like, alright, I'm fighting a shield guy, water. I'm fighting a spear guy, stone. I'm fighting a brute, moon. And, because then it's just mash triangle and whoop the shit out of them.
See, what I do is I just stealth murder most of the camps because I find that fun.
Oh, yeah, it's way more fun. The stealth is way more fun.
Oh yeah, like I've upgraded like my assassination to be able to assassinate 3 people at once.
Yep.
I just jump off the roof. I'm like,
I literally
dagger.
I literally posted a clip of that from the Friday stream. It was awesome. Like I was on this boat and I saw these 3 dudes down there and I'm just like, let's go! Boom! Neck stab, twirl, neck stab, and I'm like, so fucking hype.
I'm begging you. I follow you on Twitter. Please post better screenshots of the game. You have an in-game camera that gets like the most epic shots, and everything you post is just like him praying at a haiku spot. I'm like, you are wasting your opportunity.
I am taking beautiful landscape shots. Thank you very much.
Oh god.
I'm taking pictures of that beautiful world.
Yeah, but you can do that anywhere. The whole area is pretty.
Yes, but I like taking especially pretty shots.
Take your glamour shots elsewhere.
You just want murder porn. That's all you want.
Yeah, that's the cool stuff. Like people that do like the pictures of them kicking a man off a bridge with the sunset by the light tower. That's dope. I've been to one haiku spot. I know exactly what that looks like.
I actually really like how, like, there'll be people who are, like, dragging their way away from the battle, and you can choose to end suffering. That was cool. I really liked the, fucking, what's it called? The fact that you can terrify other enemies with how powerful you are, and then it makes them one-hit kills. So, like, you'll just murk the shit out of a fucking brute, and, like, all the buddies will be like, and you just go over, stab, stab, stab. Yeah. Yeah, so that was cool. And then the stealth is a ton of fun, but I feel at times it's a little too easy. Because, like, I will, like, murder half of an entire camp without the rest of the camp knowing I'm there. And, like, even though I'm, like, standing out in the open, and this dude should be able to clearly see me. Like, I'm literally just, like, neck stabbing this guy. I was like, he should be able to clearly see me. So, yeah, but it's a great game. I've had awesome
it's a little easy now, but, I mean, we are in the starting area.
We are in the first act. I'm curious to see how it evolves. You know, I'm going to be playing a lot more this week and through the first half of next week before, you know, hopping on to Battletoads and whatnot. Which Battletoads is supposed to be hard as hell. I think we've gotten to the point where stealth needs to be changed in games going forward. How would you recommend it? Because, like...
I mean, this stealth is essentially Horizon Zero Dawn. They didn't even really change it much up. You hide in tall grass, and then you assassinate when they get close.
I thought, like, Metal Gear 5 and Hitman both do stealth perfectly. Like, both those games make stealth super fun. Metal Gear, because when you fuck up, you're like, okay, alright, it's alright, we calm down. And then Hitman, just because of all the different routes and paths you can take, where you're like, alright, I dressed up as a busboy, and that allowed me to go... I knocked out a busboy and threw him in the bushes, so I stole his suit, and now I was able to get some poison, and I poisoned the guy, so he ran to the bathroom, and I drowned him in the toilet.
For this would be kind of cool, like, if you could assassinate a guard, drag his body off, steal his armor, and just, like, walk into the camp.
Yeah,
and,
like
maybe take, like, a document that shows, like, movement routes of troops to give to your, like, your Ronin friends.
Yeah, like, I think that, the reason Hitman can do that, though, is because that's its only focus. Versus a game which this is, like, it has to do combat, and it has to do fucking horseback riding, and it has to do, you know, all platforming and all this other stuff. Versus Hitman, where it's like, this is an espionage game, and not only that, we're giving you, like, 40 ways to play all these 5 levels. Like, I love the level where it's like you sabotage the car. Like, that was super great.
Oh, in Hitman. Okay, I was like, what car is in Ghost of Tsushima?
No, so yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is great so far. We'll report back when we're done. Let's see, we got, Thomas posts something. It's good, don't get me wrong, but these big games seem to have very similar systems. The AI is super dumb or blind. I think sound needs to play a bigger role, and they have to change the pattern of walking of enemies. I think that the problem is if you make it super, super smart, it becomes not a fun video game most of the time anymore.
You think?
In a lot of cases, yeah. Like, that's... Okay. And I think that games that do it right, like with games that do tough AI well, in my mind, is like, you know, The Last of Us 2 is a good example, actually. But even then, the game I could go back for good stealth is Metal Gear 5. And the AI in that is just not super smart. It's just the way they set up the camps and bases and give you all these tools to fuck with it. So... Anyway, so that's Ghost of Tsushima. I played Fall Guys.
Hey, how's Fall Guys?
I didn't play Fall Guys.
That game is awesome. If you have PlayStation Plus, go download it. Like, go download it immediately. It's fucking awesome. Or if you have a PC, you have PlayStation Plus. If you have a PC, it's $20. Worth it. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's like, imagine if you took, like, Ninja Warrior and turned it into a battle royale. Like, it's like 60 chubby dudes. Cack Fancy says pretty funny. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's like you took 60, like, chubby, cute monster creatures and made them play fucking Ninja Warrior Battle Royale.
Do you get to set traps or something that'll, like, slow other people down? Or
no.
Is it just a dead run? You're just
it's just in most cases it's a dead run. There are some team minigames, but, like, for example, and it's always random. So, like, there's this one where it's, like, these teeter-totters, right? And, like, you have to jump across teeter-totters to get to the end point. Well, like, there'll be, like, 30 people on one side that flips all the people off, and they'll, like, flip other people the other way. And just, it's nuts. Or there's this one where it's these tiles, and every time you walk on a tile, the tile disappears. And then you drop down the next level of tiles. And just everyone's running around trying to not get dropped onto a tile, and then eventually you just fall all the way to the bottom of the slime and lose. Oh, dude.
Ninja Warrior mixed with, like, Wipeout.
Yeah, exactly.
Avian saying Ninja Warrior and Human Fall Flat.
Yeah, okay. That's all accurate. 100% accurate. Same thing with, every single one of those.
Ninja Warrior and Gang Beasts.
Yes.
Ninja Warrior and Ghost of Tsushima.
There you go.
It's one of my favorite battle royale type things. Like
I'm traditionally a fan of battle royale because I never live. Not like end game live. I mean like I will land, go look for a gun, and get shot in the head.
You should
like
you can't don't go for the cities.
I don't go for the cities. Half the time I'm gonna land in the forest. I'm gonna grab this frying pan. And
Okay.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay, so this is what you need to do today. Download Warzone and play it with Parker and I. We will get you to top 50 in a 150 player game.
I would, but I got D&D pretty much right after this.
Oh, I don't mean like tonight. I'm saying download it tonight, and then sometime in the week, me, you, and Parker will do a session.
Yeah.
But MXC and Human fall
Hell yeah,
flat.
MXC.
MXC.
But yeah, so that's Fall Guys. It's very simple. It's an obstacle course. It's fucking hilarious because like you'll see people get like flung off, or like I actually got hit by a hammer, like a swinging hammer, and it propelled me over the fence that you need to pass. And I'm like, woo, falling upwards.
Oh, God. You
I had
just
a- I had a
you're
friend.
falling in reverse.
Yeah, I had a friend who was not happy with the game because it was just like looking at the video. I kind of understood like the gameplay itself is fun from what it looks like and just crazy and chaotic, but it's very quiet. Like there's no real interaction with the players other than playing the gameplay itself. And he just wished that there was more interaction. He first of all he wished for like a voice lobby, which I just don't think is going to happen in a family targeted game like this.
Yeah.
They're not going to open that up to the crazy people.
That would last all of one day.
Right. I'm thinking like Mario Party, those yellow arrows would like play some sort of audio file like that seemed like good, but like
I believe you can play with a party though, at least, so you can get like a group in to talk.
Which is funny because you mentioned that, but also said like I'm not here to work with my friends. I'm here to kill them. Don't put me in a party with my friends.
There are actually the team game types are the most frustrating part. So occasionally they'll put
They are.
They'll put you into a team of like 6 people and be like, roll this ball down a hill before the other teams, and you can go fuck with the other teams. And like my team is always bad at it. It is like guaranteed to be awful.
So frustrating.
It's just fucking.
It's the worst feeling ever when you're at least semi-competent and your team isn't. You're just like, why am I here with these scrubs?
Shit.
Yeah, this is to the nth degree because it's just like we are rolling a ball down a hill. The fuck.
Is when you're the worst person on the team and you're like, all I'm doing is rolling a ball down a hill. Why am I so bad at this?
I highly recommend this game. It's $20 on Steam. It's free on Plus right now. Go download it. You'll have a good time. That said, it has massive server problems because how many people are trying to play it.
Right.
It's become the next big Twitch game at least for the time being.
On my side, under the
So it's like Rocket League when that was the game of the month.
Yeah. Yes. Very.
There was like 18 billion people playing, and it took an hour to get a good match with connection.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Yes, because like right now it has 166K people watching it on Twitch.
Ooh.
At this moment at 10 in the morning. Or 11 in the morning, and it's
What is ROR2?
Risk of Rain 2.
Risk of Rain 2.
I've never heard of that.
Are you really? You should look it up. It looks fun. I never played it, but I would be down.
All right, let's see this.
Too many
One of these days.
good games, guys.
There's a lot. There are so many good games.
What is this?
But
yeah, Fall Guys. I'm gonna check that out probably later tonight. From the sound of things.
Let me know. I'd be down. I'd be down to do a session with you.
I'm joining a group of friends who are like organizing a thing. I think it might be because it's teams of 4, isn't it?
I believe so.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that was Fall Guys, and I believe Aaron, you've been doing Skater XL.
So yeah, after hitting a flat wall with Final Fantasy VII, I jumped into Skater XL. I had downloaded some of the mods to kind of open up the gameplay a bit more. Gameplay. The gameplay's there. visual mods and adding maps that people have been making. Yeah, that game's great. The mod scene is really what completes the package and earns the money that it charges. But like that's a hardcore crew. One of the essential mods that they have you download is a set of sliders to adjust gravity and how much pop you get in your ollie and things like that. And like the default they set it to was like less than the standard. It's like, no, you want to skate with us, you're going more hardcore. And they're fine if you do default settings, but they're like, look, man, if you're gonna be part of this community, if you're gonna be part of this fight club of ours, look, you gotta lower the gravity, you gotta lower in order to land your flip tricks, you gotta click left stick and right stick to put your feet on the ground to stop the board from moving. And like, they're hardcore. It's a hell of a group. So but like everyone's real chill about it. It's not like super competitive or anything, so it's cool. And then the big news going around about it right now is that someone made Mario 64 into a map in Skater XL. So I'm gonna check that out at some point.
So that's something you're gonna look into for sure.
Yes. It just had a moving map where it's a semi that's carrying half pipes on a highway. So I want to try that for sure. But yeah, they got some cool stuff. I got the Back to the Future hoverboard to be my deck.
That is so dope.
Yep, I love it. It's great. So
I was always so bad at the skate games. I was just terrible.
Dude, if you're bad at the skate games, you're gonna have a hell of a time with Skater XL. That's Skater XL and Session make you realize that Skate was not a sim game.
Yeah, I think Tony Hawk Underground 2 was the only one I was okay at. And it's because I put 1 billion hours into it because that soundtrack was so good.
I'm so happy they got the full soundtrack for HD 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It was so hype. No, so Skate Sim, you gonna play more of that, Skater XL?
Absolutely I am. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on stream or anything. We gotta see. I gotta look into Final Fantasy stuff. I mean, I'm going to stream it eventually again. I just don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I need to look into what Final Fantasy VII's doing, how I'm feeling.
So, next weekend, they got that Avengers beta open on PlayStation. We're doing that, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
all right. Cool.
We got a comment, by the way.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
You want to read that?
Can we talk for a second about how great the soundtracks have gone out the window for games? I mean, there's good soundtracks in certain games, like and whatnot.
There's some good original soundtracks for sure. In terms of like licensed soundtracks, I mean the licensed soundtracks, it's Rock Band and like skating games, right?
For sure. By the way, Bronson,
Madden
I'm allowed to DoorDash food?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, like, we talked about this last week, but Skater XL has, like, only, 5, 6, 7 songs or something like that. It's actually a short amount, but they're artists that you know, and they're good. They're good songs for skating, especially for a chill session. They have Band of Horses, they have Modest Mouse, they have Interpol, and then a couple artists you may not know. But it's good, but it's only 7 songs. So what ends up happening is it loops like really quickly, and you're like, all right, I'm already over this. I've been skating for 2 hours. I'm done. No, we can't do this.
Madden.
I guess for me, I don't even notice half the songs that play. Like, I'll be spacing out. I'll be like, wait, didn't I just hear this song? And then I'll look and I'll be like, oh, it's been 30 minutes.
Right.
Where'd the other songs go?
Madden sometimes has good soundtracks.
Yeah, Tom was saying 2K always has banger soundtracks.
Like Madden is very off and on.
On fire.
Yeah,
that's all I remember from Madden. It's the only song that exists in Madden.
I will say the older ones were way better when you get like Memphis Bleak and like Green Day and shit.
Sure.
Like that's when Madden was like top tier soundtracks.
Oh yeah, like NFL Street.
Yeah.
Oh, they had some banging songs in there.
Oh.
Like when I was customizing a character, I'd just be rocking out, be like, yeah, this guy's gonna be another quarterback that runs the ball. That's all you need.
SSX games, especially tricky.
Yep. Let's see, for me, soundtracks are what really gets me into a game. So like I need good soundtrack, but I just haven't played a game recently other than Persona 5 that really got me pumped.
Nier has a good soundtrack.
Recently, yeah.
I love.
Yeah, Tony Hawk's gonna be great. Tony Hawk's gonna be good.
Yeah. That's what I'm excited for.
Well, we know it's good
all-time
because that is the old soundtrack.
That is the old. That's one of like in terms of like all-time greatest licensed soundtracks for games. Like Pro Skater 1 is number 1, maybe. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skate 2 had an incredible soundtrack. Like
Burnout
not the same
Paradise,
vibe as Pro
or
Skater.
the Burnout games in general.
Burnout Paradise was something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a vibe of the time. There was like an Avenged Sevenfold song. There was an Avril Lavigne. It's a good time capsule soundtrack for sure.
All the Burnout games have that. Like Burnout Revenge has like Billy Talent in it. Fucking Burnout 3 has the Ramones.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Burnout Paradise, I will never I remember playing that game very briefly. It was very briefly, and I think it was the point where I was driving through a sign, listening to "Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?" smashing through buildings. I'm just like, okay, this is just silly now.
Yeah. I will always remember playing that soundtrack and being like going through a billboard. Hey, you! I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
In your pink Chevrolet.
Right, yeah. In terms of like original soundtracks, like Doom Eternal came out earlier this year, and that when you get into like the music in general is fantastic, but when you get into a battle and you hear that music come on, it's
there's something about when 20 demons spawn and all of a sudden the music just goes from like kinda calm to
yeah.
You just grab your controller and you're like, going down now.
So good.
I'm gonna grappling hook all of you with my shotgun.
What was it? The God of War, the PS4 God of War had a great soundtrack.
Okay.
I still need to play that. I keep meaning to. I'm like, all right, might as well get actually put some time into this, and then I just keep getting busy.
Yeah, it's always on sale for like $10 too, so you'll be able to
get it. I had your copy for like 5 months, and I was barely able to get 10% into the game.
At least you did that really rad first boss fight.
It was cool.
Doom Eternal soundtrack is my workout soundtrack. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Just on the treadmill. Just on the treadmill.
I mean, that is really good, because every 3 minutes the encounter ends, and that's your rest.
Yeah, right.
By the time your 10-second rest is over, you're in another encounter.
Way to get an extra 10 push-ups in there.
I would use Dragon Ball music, but like the English dub.
Yeah,
like English
dude. Dub one.
Dude, yeah, you're just like, oh yes.
Hey Thomas, are you actually working out to Doom Eternal or just the soundtrack? Because I know there was like that phase going around where it was like every time you die in Doom, do 10 push-ups.
Oh, one of those. Wow.
Yeah, and if you die in the same encounter, it goes from 10 push-ups to 10 pull-ups to 10 sit-ups. And it just adds every death, so it's just like, you're gonna get good or you're gonna get swole.
Spider-Man PS4 had a good soundtrack for Spider-Man. It's very Danny Elfman.
Yes. No, that's a good soundtrack for sure.
It'd be really funny if just like in the new Spider-Man, just the only soundtrack you can equip is just the original Spider-Man theme. Spider-Man. So.
Oh my god, Aaron, get out of my mind. I immediately thought like, oh yeah, they should do the 90s theme as well. Yeah. Fuck yeah. You can watch that on Disney Plus. It actually still holds up fairly okay.
Nope.
You know what's an old song?
What a ringing endorsement.
You know what an old song I just randomly stumbled upon that I forgot existed was like the Scooby-Doo theme song that kind of hit like the "What's new, Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you.
Yeah.
We're gonna solve that mystery." I found that randomly on like Instagram. And I was like, "Oh shit!
Yeah,
this one still pops."
You want to talk about theme songs that still pop? Let's talk about the X-Men theme from the 90s.
Oh man.
Dude,
oh, yeah.
So good. So
Someone
good.
linked me the Japanese intro to that cartoon, and it's so good. Oh.
In this trouble, you know who to
Teen
Good
Titans.
song.
Teen Titans.
From their
That song is
tower,
cool.
they can see it. Oh god, it's so good. Yeah, I also, like, because of that Scooby-Doo song, I went back and looked. Scooby-Doo has some banging songs that, like, I feel like were not appreciated at the time.
I mean, one that's well appreciated but will always be celebrated is Terror Time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, the Zombie Island, the Hex Girls. No one talks about the Hex Girls. But
no one talks about the Hex Girls.
But they had some good songs. Like... I recently just went down the Scooby-Doo discography for no reason.
Speaking of show, for some reason that made me think of Billy and Mandy, and how they had a bunch of fire-ass music as well.
Sure.
Still Over the Rainbow with Mandy in the balloon.
Fucking Scario and Brains. They had fucking Voltaire come in and do a song. Like, oh, so good. Of course, Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the reason why I say Spider-Man the Animated Series still, like, holds up fairly well is because, like, so, fun fact, that show, they're actually not allowed to show, like, because of how heavily regulated cartoons were in the 90s, they weren't allowed to show, like, him punching people, so you'll notice he's always, like, grappling or throwing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, fun fact.
What? Okay. Jesus. I don't know, just shoot webs at him. That's all you gotta do. But...
I'm trying to think of other good soundtracks recently.
For recent stuff, I can't really think of a lot just off the top of my head, but I guess
not
it's
off the top
like,
of my head.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like I've also missed a lot of recent games. I didn't put enough time into them to like get a fair judgment of soundtrack kind of a thing.
I've played so much of the Dragon Ball FighterZ soundtrack that it is a blur at this point. But I remember
all you see is frame rate.
I remember it was good. Especially the main menu theme, that
Oh god. Still just sitting here waiting for new Dragon Ball stuff to come out.
Goku came out 3 months ago. So
there's just so many animes and video games sequels that I'm just sitting here like, I'm just like, God damn you, COVID, pushing back my release dates.
Then, in terms of future soundtracks, we got a new Jet Set Radio that isn't Jet Set Radio, so
that's fun.
That'll be a thing.
Oh god. Wait, Bronson, keep... Oh, okay, you're switching stuff.
Hold on. Sorry, nope, I'm gonna pop us out.
I'm surprised you don't have that on a second window.
I did, but, oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
Because now they're just looking at all of our news.
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Alright, guys.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna wrap up what I played. It was... And then Sea of Thieves we played Thursday night. That was a lot of fun. We had Panda Kitty, we had Quinn and Parker for that, and that was a lot of fun.
Dope.
We just messed around and had a good time. We were doing some Easter egg hunting because it's Rare's 35th anniversary.
It's a rare replay. We're here to...
So they like placed some paintings of Banjo-Kazooie on a rock on an island, Viva Pinata, Battletoads.
Fuck yeah, Battletoads.
We got the fourth one. There was Shipwreck from what was the adventure game that they made?
Saberwolf?
No. Monkey Island.
They didn't make Monkey Island.
They didn't make Monkey Island. There was a Shipwreck. Damn it. I don't know what that other game was. But
Jet Force Gemini.
I didn't recognize the name, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure it's Saberwolf.
Okay. But then the final one we were not able to do. We're gonna try and I think we're gonna maybe try and do it in another. We're gonna get together, or if nothing's happening tomorrow or this Thursday, we may do it in a
I would love to join you guys if I don't feel like shit.
Okay. If you don't feel like shit, then that's great. Because, yeah, it's fun. You just run over to a bunch of islands, you just look at the thing, and then you get, like, 3,500 doubloons or something for looking at it. But then the final thing that we got to do is you have to turn out all your lanterns and go into a storm at night for things to be perfectly dark. And then you get yeah, and that's the final thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna move on to the next game, but is there something else?
Oh no, it's related to Sea of Thieves, but it's a new story. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. So we played Sea of Thieves. That was a lot of fun. We drank and had a good time, and we were chaos, as that game tends to be. So there was that, and then I actually spent the weekend watching a friend participate in Animivo, and they played. Yeah, that happened.
What did they play?
They played a game called Mahjong Soul, which is a browser and mobile game. It is Nichi Mahjong, which is a Japanese variant of Mahjong. So, like, I was there to support them, but I'm also, like, sitting here watching this. And, like, there's commentary happening, and then there's expert commentary on another stream, and I'm just, like, trying to dissect Nichi Mahjong for hours on Saturday. And that's a hell of a game. I don't know what... I still don't know. The game itself, as well as like a couple Nichi Mahjong sites, do not do enough to teach you about the game, so I'm still lost.
This was not what I was expecting when you were going to describe. Like, oh, I thought like BlazBlue or Fantasy Strike or...
No!
Nichi Mahjong. Okay.
I don't know, because it was free.
We should all get into backgammon, guys. It's super fun.
Backgammon, huh?
Or we should get into Darkstalkers and pray to God Capcom makes a new one.
No, see, I'm prepping for when I'm 70. I'm getting good at backgammon now.
You should get good at Wii Sports then, because that's what's gonna get good when you're around.
Master that wrist turn for your bowling.
Jerica, there's a Mark of the Wolves tournament going on in Animivo right now.
Did that already happen, or is that?
That was the 7th.
Okay.
Yep. That was the 7th. JoJo was yesterday as well. Dengeki Bunko was yesterday.
So I'm gonna let you guys know. Windjammers is in this.
Hell yeah, it is.
Oh damn!
It is. The tournament starts for Pacific Coast 8 a.m. 9 a.m. on Sunday.
I'm just sitting here being like, they really put fighting of animals and Nitro plus blasters in this, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Everything's online, no one cares.
Yeah, like Nitro plus blasters, huh?
Yeah.
I have that game. Okay.
And I'm just letting you all know ahead of time. We have a podcast, and I'm going to be on that podcast. But also, there are thoughts running around in my head. But aside from Windjammers, I watched Mahjong Soul for hours yesterday, and free game. You can just if you search Mahjong Soul, it'll take you to the developer's website. That'll direct you to the game's website, and you can play it for free. It's interesting when you're watching like people who are taking it like Evo seriously and like getting into it and having fun. It's entertaining even if you don't know what's happening. Oh man, there's stuff I don't know. There's like an aspect of offense versus defense. There were people in the chat that were like, this is like fighting games. Like there's an aspect where you're like trying to learn how to play the game, but the real learning is how to attack and defend. Which moves do you not make? And like
I'm just
like, hold on, brother.
This just feels like a Mahjong anime.
Well, so and then you have anime girls and boys that you play as. So.
Ray, what was it? Sorry.
You want to know one of the most intense things to watch though that no one thinks about?
What?
Like not pro level, but almost pro level chess players.
Yeah, no, chess is rad to watch.
They don't have like the memory down at the point yet to where they can be like pawn to a3,
yeah,
rook to e7, like, but they're like just good enough to where like they know how to counter each other, and I'm just like, this is tense.
I would just like to say,
he blocked the queen with his rook knight combo, but if he takes the queen, he'll lose his rook, and then next turn he's guaranteed to lose his knight because he's in check, and I'm just like, this is fucking hype.
I would just like to say,
be hype, but this is hype.
By the way, for the love of God, can someone please port that goddamn JoJo fighting game to a new system?
Right.
Like, I don't want to fucking mod a Dreamcast to play Japanese games and import it. For the love of fuck. Like, just please. JoJo is popular in the States now. It will sell copies.
Yep.
Also, hey Disney, do you want to make a bunch of money? Re-release the PS3/360 versions of Marvel 2 and Marvel Origins on the goddamn PlayStation or Xbox. I don't even care which. Just put it on one of them. I don't care.
They know that shit's popular.
Well, they know it's popular enough to apparently make a whole fucking arcade cabinet, but not release it on the fucking game.
Amazing.
By the way, guys, talking about it, we should have like a family game night on stream, just like every like Wednesday or something. Get together, break out Sorry, Monopoly.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
You say that, but those would do great.
guys, actually, we should do You Don't Know Jack. But
there you go.
So
Jackbox, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yep.
But okay, so they released that Marvel vs. Capcom cab for pre-order. It comes out October 1st. It's $500. But get this shit.
Okay.
First off, it does come with the riser already, so that's basically $100 that they normally charge anyway. And it's Wi-Fi enabled for online play.
Wow.
Like
awesome.
On the one hand, I'm like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and X-Men vs. Street Fighter fucking online, but then I'm like, oh god, Wi-Fi, ew.
Is there not an Ethernet port?
It doesn't say. It just says Wi-Fi enabled. And apparently, it's only let's see. Also, War of the Gems is not Wi-Fi enabled. Yeah, wireless internet service required for online play, so it is only wireless, which.
Wow.
That
Okay,
seems like
so that'll piss off some people, but
that seems like a big oversight. But fuck, I need to get $500 together to get this cab.
I mean, it is almost Christmas. You never know what Santa's gonna bring you.
Santa does not give me $500 gifts.
If you gave Santa a $500 gift, he might give you a $500 gift.
No, realistically, I might have to bypass this because of said upcoming consoles and whatnot.
Yep.
That's fair.
But if these do not all get bought out, I will hella buy one. But
look,
yeah,
man, when we're looking at games that are coming out between now and then, it feels closer than it is.
Yeah, but that's still 2 to 3 months. So yeah,
there's a comment in the chat. Almost Christmas in August. Listen here,
That's what I'm referring to.
Excited. Yeah, I get so excited for Christmas at the end of summer because I hate snow. So when it's like it's getting to fall, that's when I get that Christmas spirit. And then on the 24th, I'm usually like, yeah, Christmas. But besides that, I'm like, winter.
See,
yeah, from December 26th until spring, I'm waiting.
For me, for me, it's like New Year's. Like New Year's is like I still enjoy New Year's, but after that is when I like the winter starts to wear on me in February, because that's usually in Reno when that's the worst snow and the worst fucking like just there's no holidays going on, just work, you know, like it sucks. Yep. Also, versus like. And then I really like March through, like, early June. Sure. But late June, July, August, and early September can all go fuck itself.
Yeah.
Like, it's hot and miserable. I hate going outside because my car is 1,000,000 degrees with its fucking black interior. Like, just... ugh.
I normally would love it. Because there's events happening in summer, but, you know.
There's events that happen in winter, man.
I don't go out for winter.
I went to a Nightwish concert in winter. It was great.
Too cold.
I don't know. See, December is my favorite month because it's my vacation month. That's when I'm just like, how much PTO do I have? Drop it. Like, if I don't take a sick day all the way up to December, I can have from the 3rd through the 2nd off.
See, how you feel about not going out for the cold, that's how I feel about the heat. I don't want to go out
Right, no, and we're always going to be opposed on that. There's no change in that. It's just how we're built.
Like,
you know how nice it is to fly to Hawaii during a winter storm and then just float with a mojito in one hand, an alcoholic pineapple in the other, and just like, this is great.
And here has always been my stance on the heat versus the cold. I always put on another hoodie. I can only get so naked.
I get naked in a fan. I'm good.
Yeah, I have a fan and air conditioning.
That's like I have an air conditioner as well, and like it's fine except for when I record a podcast. Then this room is just I'm locked in with the computer. Yeah, but Bronson is thick.
I know that's the truth of it.
That's part of it.
I've got almost no meat on me. So I would hate the cold.
Versus that's part of it. But like also like you have a heater in the winter.
I just again I prefer the sensation of I prefer the sensation of having something cold like a drink or something like that in the heat rather than like try to create warmth from blankets in the winter.
But they're so fuzzy and warm.
The sensation is dulled for me.
Or just drink like
addiction to throw blankets. So I feel that, but even still, like if I'm in my house, I don't care what the weather is. Like it could be a blizzard, like a sunny day. It could be 200 degrees outside. I'm sitting comfortable.
That's great. I'm just looking for excuses to get out.
See, if I'm out and about, I don't want extreme heat or extreme cold. But if you're gonna make me pick, I'm gonna choose extreme cold because it's just easier to deal.
No, it's not. You get in your car, you burn your hand on the seat belt, and then you blast the AC, and in like a minute you're fine.
Yeah, except if you have to walk around fucking anywhere, that sucks.
You'll have a drink. Yeah, that sucks.
That's true.
Even if you have a drink, I'm still hot. I'm still miserably hot.
If you're approaching, triple degrees, like that's
Well, like I'm not talking about if it's like 85, bro. I'm talking like Reno, like 80, like 85
is cold in summer for us.
Yeah, 85 is like livable, nice weather. Like that's fine. Like
our average is 90 plus.
Yeah, like next week's gonna be 95, and I'm just like looking at it, just like God, why?
God. With Reno too is I love hiking and I love swimming, and if it's too hot, I don't want to go hike.
Yeah, like at that point the only thing to do is like float the river or swim. Like
so I get like a good solid 2 months of hiking weather, which is like right after summer before it snows and right before summer when it's still kind of cold.
Yeah, like and then like swimming you're good from like late June all the way to early September. You can get into a pool, get into the river, like it's a good time.
Oh god. Yeah. Also, what's fun about here is we'll go from like 60, 70 at max to 95 in one day.
Yeah.
There's no transition. It's just I'm in like a sweater, like a nice long sleeve shirt, and then the next day I wear the same thing, and I'm like,
No, you absolutely have that moment in Reno where I, like, 1 week I'm fucking, like, I'm taking calls in a hoodie during the morning to where, like, I'm, talking to clients, and then I'm talking to clients the next day just shirtless in basketball shorts being like, thank you for calling United Healthcare. You don't know I'm mostly naked.
If you work from home and don't work in your boxers most of the time, you're not working from home.
I at least like wear basketball shorts and underwear to be like, all right, I'm at least, and then like I try and like put together actual clothing when it's not 1,000,000 degrees. Like that's my whole shtick is like, okay, I need to at least pretend to be a functioning human.
I wear enough to answer the door for DoorDash.
Yeah, I wear enough to be able to answer the door if someone is around. I work on site. I'd love to be shirtless. Can't do that in dispensaries and grow houses, though.
Yeah, nope.
I don't know. If I walked into a dispensary and I saw a dude shirtless, I'd be like, this makes sense.
I think customers wouldn't mind at all. I think like health officials. Like testing that shit.
Though. I can't say, like, because I was about to say, like, I worked in a produce warehouse and a produce store, you can get away with a lot. You'd be surprised.
Right, I imagine they're regulated differently.
Like I managed a produce warehouse. You're allowed a certain amount of like bugs and rat feces per amount of food. So
fantastic. That's great.
Adds to the flavor of the honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like that's, so there's shit like that. That's just super fun. Well, yeah, it comes with the selection.
Man.
Anyway,
that's all. Everything I just said. That's what I played. That's what I've been watching.
All right. For the love of God, someone port. Now that I found out this Marvel Online news, I'm especially pissed that they haven't ported it to a console now. I'm just like sitting here, just like fucking goddamn Disney, just port this shit already. I don't want. Oh, dude, I don't want to pay. Like, to get a Dreamcast, it's $70, and then those games cost $70 each.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, just fuck. Alright, we got news. Ray...
to the script, bro.
Ray brought this up earlier. It's, Pikmin 3 Deluxe has been announced.
Yeah.
So, Pikmin 3 is coming to the Switch on October 30th, day before Halloween. Nintendo, this is the second game Nintendo is putting out on or right before Halloween. I guess they just want children to stay inside instead of getting candy.
Yeah.
But hey, who needs
especially with the world today.
Who needs candy when you got Pikmin?
I mean, I would choose Pikmin over candy.
Yeah, same. So there's actually been an interesting news story with this though.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's that they pulled Pikmin 3 from the Wii U eShop.
Oh.
So you cannot buy the Wii U version of that digitally now. You either have to get it Switch or go find a physical copy. And last I checked, let's see, my favorite console is the Jaguar.
Nice.
Okay, that was random, but thank you.
Okay. Bronson, what's your favorite flavor of Pikmin? Do you like the blue raspberry, cherry, lemonade?
I like the rock guys. They're funny to me.
You like the rock candy?
Yeah, who doesn't love a good rock Pikmin?
Yeah, White's Mystery, which is always cherry.
Which cherry's good, and that's why Cherry Gatorade is white.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. My favorite really obscure console, like the Jaguar, is the Neo Geo.
Sure.
Neo Geo's the shit. Jericho probably likes the Neo Geo, because she's into all that SNK hype.
I like the Game Boy Micro, the one that was like this big.
Dude, those things are worth hella money now, if you got it in good shape. Yeah, dude.
I still have it.
If it's in good shape, it's worth hella money. Oh, I thought he was going to say the Phantom. But, gentlemen, what is your favorite obscure console? Ray says the Game Boy Micro. What about you, Aaron? Is it the TurboGrafx?
No.
Is it the Sega Saturn?
Is it the Soulja Boy game console?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. No, it's the Ouya.
Okay, so a refurbished Game Boy Micro sells for $190.
Okay.
On Amazon.
Go look and see if I could find mine at my parents' house.
Sega CD.
Sega CD, yeah, buddy. All right.
No, Neo Geo's a good one. That's a real good one. It's not necessarily obscure, but
it's like Jaguar level, I would say.
The ones that I enjoy watching videos of people playing is CDI. That's
remember Ouya marketing at E3.
The Ouya, yeah, the Ouya.
Yeah.
I still have Ouya cozies. So what was that? What was that? E3 2013? 2012?
2012.
Yeah,
around that time.
It was like the year. Hold on, that was like
I
the
think it
year.
was the year after I graduated. So
that was like the year I stopped. That was like the year before I started going. Hold on. That was the before the year I started going. So
was that one of the first big Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Campaigns?
It was. So that thing released in June 2013. So it would have been 2012. It would have been 2012 or 2013. So yeah, the year before I started going. The year that Bridget blew both Aaron and I's eardrums when they announced Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Man, I was hopeful, and then it happened.
It was
so
such
young.
a God. That thing's controller was a piece of shit, though.
That controller controller did not seem good.
It was like, that is one of the worst, most uncomfortable torture devices a man has ever created. And it feels so cheap and shitty. I just remember the video where the lady said you have to have balls to make a new console.
It talked a good game.
It talked a whole lot of shit.
What was the one game that they had? It was
Towerfall.
Towerfall.
Towerfall, yeah. And
Towerfall Ascension, right?
Yeah, and then that would later get ported to PS4, like 2 years later.
Yeah.
And nobody cared anymore about the Ouya.
Oh.
I mean, Towerfall Ascension was a fun game, though.
Yeah, it was.
If you had 4 friends, specifically only 4, it was a great game.
I mean, like, yeah, it was the big game for that platform for like a year, and then it got ported over to PS4, where it made actual money. So, versus being trapped on the Ouya. Look, having an independent game console that was $100, that was like, here, we'll just have it run off indie games, like, is a neat idea, but that shit was executed really poorly.
That's the thing, you have to execute, and
well, I mean, let's look at the streaming market now, like fucking Stadia and PlayStation Now and all these like streaming companies, and they execute unbelievably poorly.
Right.
Like,
man.
Yeah, so Pikmin.
I also like watching videos of people playing 3DO. That's another one.
You like just picked like the biggest failures.
Oh,
you're like,
it's so much fun.
What is the biggest piece of fucking garbage that I can inject into my eyeballs?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Do you watch Virtual Boy too?
No, God no. That's no fun to watch even when it's bad.
Gives you migraines because of all the red.
Exactly.
By the way, Bronson, have you ever played Pikmin 3?
I've played it. I rented it when it first came out, but I only did the first handful of levels because that was like very early in my career, so we were reviewing everything still.
Okay, you still...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because it's 3, is it 3 a player game, or is it you just control 3 dudes?
You control 3 dudes, but I believe there is 2-player co-op.
Only 2? But there's a third person. I was about to say.
I'm not 100% sure, though. Like, that's the thing. So you're gonna have to... We'll have to check when the game's out, because I know you're picking it up.
I mean, I'm gonna buy that day 1, so...
I might, because I didn't buy it. That's one of the few games on the Wii U that I didn't buy. Also, Nintendo. Nintendo, can we please, just for the love of God, get Mario and the 3D Zeldas ported so we can just, like, throw the Wii U in a bin? What I love is, in our Discord, when I shared this news story to the whole Discord, fucking Nasty Boots is like, man, they're trying to pretend the Wii U didn't exist.
I mean, yeah, they are.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Like, let me try and pull up the exact quote he had from it earlier in the week. Oh, that Halo 64 thing was awesome. Okay, yeah, Nasty Boots, he's like, okay, close your eyes and pretend you've never seen a Wii U. It'll just go away like the boogeyman. And then Andrew in the chat pops up with, I mean, it worked for Nintendo and it can work for you.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, they are 3 ports away from being done with that shit. They need to port over those 2 Zelda HD remakes, and they need to port over Mario 3D World, and then it's like the Wii U never happened.
Right.
Let's see. I used to play
the Wonderful 101 on the Switch now?
Yep, just came out in May. I bought it day 1.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I used to play Yu Yu Hakusho fighting game on the 3DO. That was a really good-looking game at the time.
Yeah, I just looked it up for, for the time. I wonder how it played. But,
I never hear about it.
Right.
But it looked good.
The good game I hear from 3DO was Return Fire. There's some hell of games.
I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho deserves its own Dragon Ball FighterZ moment. That is
remake Yu Yu Hakusho.
That is
It'd be a cool game.
That is a bomb as hell anime, and like you could easily do a really good fighting game off of those characters and whatnot. But
yeah,
100%.
But instead they put them in Jump Force and everyone, and it's bad. So the
get those that developer for fighters and Guilty Gear and just get them onto all the animes.
Yep, ArcSys. Just alright, ArcSys. Well, the reason Dragon Ball FighterZ happened is because ArcSys was like, we really want to make this. We're big Dragon Ball fans. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You
can get them to Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, if they like it enough.
Cool.
It's weird that was brought up because I actually started I was on Hulu and I was looking for something to fall asleep to. I was like, oh man, I can fall asleep to Yu Yu Hakusho. Like I've watched that show like 30 times, and like I was just ended up watching Yu Yu Hakusho till 3 in the morning.
With those animes, like I did the same thing. I popped on like Food Wars, I think it was, and I was like, I've seen this a billion times, and then I was like, oh my god, it's been 3 hours.
Yep.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
You know what they need to make as a fighting game, Bronson?
What?
Persona 5 Arena.
Yes. Fuck yes, they do.
I would be so hyped for that. Especially, like, they could add in the new character. She's super fun. I'm
so fucking mad that they still haven't ported Ultimax to the current consoles. And this is another case where, like, I wish backwards compatibility was a thing, because that game is awesome, and I would love to bust it out to play with other people, but I don't want to drag my PS3 out.
Right.
So yeah, no, that's so yeah, that's kind of caused some drama because people are like, well, what if I want to download it for the Wii U? And I'm like, who the fuck owns a Wii U anymore? Like that, like
I want the Vice article that comes out 2 years from now of like the people keeping the Wii U alive.
It's coming.
Jared still uses his Wii U.
I don't really use it anymore, but it is what it is. So we got our first. Our next news story is Spider-Man.
Yes,
he is popular. You would say he is probably the most famous Marvel character.
Probably, yeah.
Well, we got that new Avengers game coming out on September 2nd or 4th, I believe it is.
Yep.
And I'd say we're all pretty jazzed on that, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm into Destiny, but Avengers. You know, like I'm down. Well, hey, guess what? That game is gonna have free DLC heroes over its entire lifespan. They're gonna add Ant-Man as like the first DLC, and they're adding more characters over time.
I'm so excited for Ant-Man.
Ant-Man is probably going to be super cool. And from what we've seen in the beta, like, all the characters really do play, like, you know, their own thing. Like, Iron Man plays like an Anthem character. Captain America plays like Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, yeah, also, totally dibs on Doctor Strange.
You know, Thor plays like Kratos from the new God of War. You know, Spider-Man has been announced to be exclusive to PS4/PS5.
Yeah.
Because Sony
paid a lot of money to make that a reality.
Yep.
They own the rights.
They don't own the rights to him in video games.
Not in video games, that's right.
Not in video games.
They own the movie rights, and they paid to make that PS4 game happen, and they are paying to make this deal happen. So that's
And so, like, from a purely business decision, this is a great move.
Yes, from
brilliant.
a bit, like, there are going to be people who decide that is the version because that's how much they like Spider-Man.
Yep.
I am not that. I am not that person.
Oh.
But Bronson says I'm not allowed to buy it on the console
unless
we're all playing it on the PC.
Because most of the people fucking that are in this Discord don't even fucking own a console.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we fucking our community is a bunch of PC dorks. And that's okay because we are too. I mean, PC is better, says Game of Posts. Yeah, he's right.
That's the thing.
I want Spider-Man. I want Jonah Jameson. This shit. I want Spider-Man!
Like, yeah, it totally makes sense. Avengers is going to be a huge game for kids, especially, and to have Spider-Man, who's probably who's definitely top 3, if not the most popular Marvel character, to be locked to PlayStation is a good business move. Man, it's going to bum out a lot of people who would like to play as Spider-Man or have access to him and do not plan to get a PS5. I don't know how many people it's going to sway.
Some of my favorite rants are like the "Why is it exclusive?" rant, and I'm just like, because it's a business.
Because money, yeah.
Like it sucks, but yes, that's what it is.
Like I heard that rant for years with Kingdom Hearts, years. And I'm just like, listen, like if that's what you really want to play, just get a used console. Like, you have the money to buy both right now. You're the one who chose to buy $80 worth of Outback.
Yeah. Well, because, like, the thing is, the people who are really complaining about this probably are kids who can only buy one. Like, that's the reality.
Well, I understand our argument. I mean, when, like, someone
that's
like
where the culture comes from.
Yeah. When it's, like, someone with, like, that has the savings to do it. It's just like, I don't understand why it just won't come over and just buy that. I won't. I'm just like, well, then you don't get it.
This sucks because of the situation we're in, because we have a community that we want to play this with, right? And, and most of our community is on PC. Quinn's on PC, Stephanie's on PC, Parker's on PC, Blasian's on Xbox, so... You have
PC is better.
And it's a more enjoyable platform for most games. So it sucks ass that like if any of us really want to play Spider-Man as their primary, that they don't get to play with their friends essentially if they really want Spider-Man that bad.
Until they make crossplay a reality.
Yeah, and I don't know if this game is
They're
crossplay.
Gonna have to pay Sony so much money for that though.
Because I know they talked about. Let's see. Cross-generational, yes, not cross-platform at this time. So one good part about this game, if you do invest in the console version, you get the next-gen console version for free. So
that's good.
If you do buy it on PS4, you'll get the PS5 version. If you buy
awesome.
If you buy the Xbox One, you get the Series X for free. And if you're on PC, well, that shit carries forever. So,
right.
So it's shitty, but it's. It's business.
It is what it is.
There's a saying that Aaron and I have had for a long time, and it's business gonna business. And that's
true.
That's what they're. Sorry,
basically, I was just gonna say, Sony essentially was just like, I'm gonna take Spider-Man and throw him in this box, and if you want this box open, it's gonna take a lot of this.
Yeah, they went to Square Enix and Disney and said, look, we have this Spider-Man game, and we want him to be, and we also want him to be exclusive in this Avengers game, and our branding is also on the movies. We want to be associated with Spider-Man, and we're willing to pay for it. So,
yeah, it sucks. I'm not gonna be able to play Spider-Man, but that's just what it is.
I'm sure that I will live with the.
Yeah, that's the thing. I will live.
I'm upset, but like there's so many other characters that I love in the Marvel universe.
Like
my boy is Spider-Man. I love him to death. But like I got Doctor Strange, I got Ant-Man, I got Captain America.
You got Iron Man, Hulk. You know, there's like
I kind of want them to add the Fantastic Four.
Oh, that'll be at some point, I'm sure.
Just get weird. Yeah, the Silver Surfer.
This is who I want.
He's so dope. And like the old Marvel games where you could play as him.
Yeah.
He was so cool.
They got Miss Marvel. Like they're already starting out weird because Miss Marvel is one of the starting 6 characters.
Yeah.
They got So here, when the game launches, you're gonna get Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, and Black Widow.
Sure.
And I'm super excited. Like, and the thing is I realized this would only be like a 3 to 4 month period. even if we were playing it on console, that 3 to 4 months, the PS4 and Xbox One versions look like they run like garbage.
Right.
Like I've been watching PS4 beta footage all weekend, and like I was just like, man,
yeah,
they are these new, especially the consoles that are not the Pro versions, are struggling to run this.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So.
All right.
So yeah, that's
It is what it is.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a bummer. So Sony did a state of play on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, it was Thursday, and they showed a bunch of PS4 games, and they showed one PS5 game and a bunch of PSVR games. The PS5 game they showed was The Pathless, and it is a PS5 exclusive. It did look really cool, but dude, I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
All right.
I just please give us a release date. I never thought I would miss E3. But dear Lord, it has created this monster where just at this point last cycle it was alright, we got the release date, we got the games, we got the launch lineup all by the end of June. Now just throw your money on it and wait. Now it's like every month starting in December of last year. Because that's when the hype cycle started, when they put out that fucking series, when they unveiled what the Series X looked like. We have gotten a trickle of information. And even during what was supposed to be their big reveals, we don't know the fucking price, we don't know the fucking release date, we know games are coming out around the launch, but not even at launch. Like, fucking God. Just, it's killing me.
That's the thing. Like, honestly, the real answer to this is just put $500 away and wait. But like, it's as people who are like following this news day to day, the wait. We have been talking about this wait since the beginning of Super Gamecraft.
Right. Like, we started streaming in December. This wait is and this news trickle is as old as this podcast.
Older.
Yes.
Like,
some people might say it's a tale as old as time.
So it's just this game of price chicken that's happening between these two, and that's why I was excited about this week, because we did get some little bits of news of taking shots at each other. It's just not the big hits. Like, the Spider-Man exclusive is huge, but yeah.
You know, that controller thing last week when they're like the fuck it, your face is a tale as old as time. He's very handsome. So anyway, you have this fucking like it feels like Microsoft is committing to like undercutting PlayStation on price. So
that's why they're just waiting. It's just a game of just as soon as one person gives up, the other person's gonna shoot below them.
I don't think Sony can afford to shoot below them. Is the thing. Like that's the truth of it. They don't.
I think Microsoft wants that $2.99 moment.
Yeah, $2.99.95 kind of a thing.
Like, look, we all know the rumors about Lockhart are true. Like, we all know that there's going to be a lower end Xbox. Fuck, I was trying a new insult to back.
I got your insult. I got it.
I didn't see it as an insult.
Saying your face is old.
Nah, he's distinguished.
It's aged well like a fine wine.
Yeah, Ray looks very distinguished. So, what? Rumor has it the
price tag.
For the love of fucking God, yes! I'm so tired.
Hold on. More like milk, like a fine cheese that you enjoy with a fine cup of wine on a platter of crackers.
Bronson, when was the latest announcement? Do you recall?
It was this past 2 weeks. So this week we found out that this week they did that announcement of Spider-Man, and then the week before that we had that controller beef. For those of you who didn't see this controller beef, Sony announced that the PS5, you can use PS4 controllers, but only on PS4 games.
That's
What a
so
weird thing.
stupid. It's compatible on our console, but only in specific situations.
Versus Xbox, which all old accessories work, except the Kinect.
Will the PS5 controller work on PS4 games, or is that going to be an annoying little thing I have to deal with?
They did not specify. So
Rage!
Yeah.
This just feels like PS3 Sony. It does. It just feels
like,
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It feels bad. It feels kind of like when the PS3 came out, and it felt wrong that it was like an $800 console.
I will always remember that E3. $499 and for the 60 gig version with Wi-Fi, $599. Oh, and I remember Peter Moore coming out that E3 and like, well, for the price of a PS3, you can buy a 360 and a Wii.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I remember that, and I was just like, he just stabbed PlayStation in the heart with that one.
He just like willingly like upvoted other competition because of how fucking horrible that price tag was.
Yeah, at that time, like, the Xbox and the Wii were like, what was it, like $300 for the good one?
It was like
$200?
Yeah, it was $250 for a Wii, $400 for an Xbox. Microsoft, and by the way, I watched this podcast where they interviewed Peter Moorback that he's like, oh yeah, we were totally willing to drop the Xbox to $300 if they came in at like $400. But like when they did that, we were like, all right, cool, no, we're good.
Yeah, right.
And this is the rumor, what we're currently hearing out of Microsoft. Microsoft is planning to launch Series X and Series S. Series X is going to be most likely $400 or $500. They want to undercut Sony, which that's why they haven't announced price yet. They're waiting.
Right. Yep.
And then Series S is supposedly going to be like 9 teraflops, which is just below a PS5, and be $300. So, once again, Microsoft is going for that value market.
Which, a hell of a time to pick that.
Yeah, no. Microsoft
it really is.
Yeah, like, dude, people in a mass recession, like, if you're a fucking kid, or like you're just like, you're not like us where you're like on the bleeding edge all the time, and you're like, I can get 200 plus games and a console for a total of $300 plus a monthly fee, versus I'm paying $400 to $500 plus $60 a game. You know, like
with PS Plus, and you know what games they add, you know.
Well, yeah, but like PS Plus,
like
like PS Plus is like 2 games a month.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
And also, that's I haven't heard yet, Bronson. Are your PS Plus games going to carry up to PS5?
They've announced,
or are they just going to sleep in my PS4?
So they've announced that they're going to have some level of backwards compatibility.
I've heard that. I just wasn't sure on the PS Plus kind of library.
So
I would assume.
I have to assume it's going to come up, because all 278 games I have on PlayStation better come up.
So more news. Just got sent this now by Emily. Thank you. PS5 is to cost more than Series X while struggling more with multi-platform performance.
Oh.
Multiple developers has come out and said that the Series X is easier to work on and more powerful, and that's, you know, and Microsoft is committed to undercutting Sony. So
that doesn't necessarily mean that they're, you know, going to pull out ahead. It all depends on, at the end of the day, who buys what. But
also you gotta remember, you're still getting those 2 games with gold as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but Sony has a bigger chunk of the console market. Yeah, that's the thing about
currently, yes.
Yeah, currently, but the thing is like consoles reset every time. That's one of the things about generations. Like, it's, you know, it went Nintendo to Sony, to, you know, like Xbox / Nintendo, depending on if you consider the Wii to be a traditional game console, and then to back to PlayStation. So it's like, you know, we'll see.
It depends on a lot of factors. There's the economic situation. There's what is the conversation in public going to be like once the prices are out and once people are comparing features. You know, there's like the whole, like I said before, the Jimmy Fallon interview with PlayStation for PlayStation 4, when everyone was talking about how Xbox One couldn't play used games because it had no disc slot. That killed them. And like, so it really depends on how people talk about it, which is again why we go back to these points that we keep coming back to: price and release date. It'll get people talking about it, and people start talking about it, and it can really shape how people go. You know, oh Jesus Christ,
we got a raid!
No.
Raid! Payback time! We got emotes. What's up, boys? How you doing? We're talking about console wars, 'cause that's all we ever do on this fucking show anymore.
Yeah, welcome to console wars.
If you guys end up liking what you see, give us a follow and join the Discord.
How y'all doing? How'd the stream go?
Yeah, how'd you guys get? I saw. I believe you were playing Nier, is what I saw. So that's a damn good game. Do the Pascal side quests. They are well worth that time.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very passionate about that game. It was one of my favorite games the year it came out.
I need to play again.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad you guys had a great stream. Back on topic. Like, back on topic of what we've been repeating for, like, the past 9 months. Dude, I'm just...
Same horse, Bronson, before we move on.
Let's just beat it. Beat it more.
So we were just talking.
Of a torso left.
It's still juddering!
So to catch everyone up, that we had a conversation about PlayStation 5 is working on some backwards compatibility stuff. There are rumors about pricing, but obviously nothing official has come out. It seems like Xbox is going to try and undercut Sony in their console releases, but we'll see. Sony's making a move by making Spider-Man exclusive to PlayStation for the Avengers game. It's
a big
there's a lot going on. They're starting to trade jabs a bit more, but
I liked the controller shit talk last week.
The controller stuff, man.
Oh, that was funny.
On Twitter, so Sony announces that news story about how PS4 controllers will only work with PS4 games on PS5. And Microsoft posts a tweet, all your Xbox One accessories will carry over to Xbox Series X and work 100%. And I'm just like, fucking shade, son.
It stung them so hard, the way the conversation turned against Xbox when they revealed the Xbox One, that they're like, they are looking for blood in the water, anything, just a drop, and they're on it.
I love it. I love when a company is in this position.
I feel like they're just literally watching Sony like, what are they gonna say?
That's what the price is. That's gonna be the big one.
Like, look, Phil Spencer has this very like positive pro-industry message, but I'm like thinking like behind closed doors, he's like, fuck them.
I feel like Phil Spencer is literally just sitting at his desk, just literally like this, just like waiting for anything PlayStation news. Just be like, is this the day? Is it finally time?
I have met that man on 3 different occasions, and all 3 of them were incredibly awkward.
He seems like a really nice guy, but also this is the same guy who said, like, we don't really consider Sony competition anymore. We're really looking at competing with Google Stadia and the cloud.
They have ever since like 2015 they said, we're not really about selling boxes, we're more concerned with user engagement, which is true.
Yeah, at this point. That's a good strategy.
That's true. Guys, sorry to raid and run, but I gotta get up early tomorrow, back to work. See you at the next one. Dude, absolutely. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for all the Cartbills homies coming out. Hey, if you guys like what you see, please give us a follow and join the Discord.
Get some good rest, man.
Remember to vote and rate your favorite streamer here.
Love you, man.
The winner buys the rest of pizza.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. If I win a pizza that I can't eat. Oh shit, we gotta follow.
Oh hey.
Yeah, Chibi-chan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, you homie.
Hope you're doing well.
You know, we got all these cool people. We got all these cool people in the chat. I think I'm gonna do something fun.
Oh God, what?
No, you doing it?
And hold on. And all right, have fun. Whoever gets that.
Woot,
Oh
woot,
damn.
Indeed.
I always love a good drama stream.
Oh.
Awesome.
Ray, if you could please gift the stream a chat or give
what a wonderful business sense we have.
I paid $5 to pay myself $1.25.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, Bron, so that's great. That's like when like the company raffles off like a car and like the CEO's son wins it.
That's illegal, by the way.
God.
But oh well, whatever.
Oh God, how do I gift a sub?
Go click on like the little gift, like on the top of the page where it says donation and stuff. You can click over to gifting, click on it, says gift a sub, and you can pay through your Amazon account. Oh lordy.
Anyway,
best $5 I ever spent.
Oh, that was awesome.
Holy shit.
Oh God. By the way, I timestamped that for you.
Great. Oh my God.
I think we found our clip.
That's definitely gonna be a clip for the week.
God damn it.
It's gonna go on the Facebook. Also, hey, we have a Facebook now if you guys are into that, so.
Yeah, we just started that.
Hey! Thank you for the biddies.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we're talking.
When I give Aaron a free sub.
Yeah, I mean, you say that.
A bit here, a bit of support. Nice. But
I love it.
Anyway, if you're into
my new favorite.
If you're into good drama streams, let me tell you, we love covering the consoles. We love watching them battle it out and talk about it. So that's been a weekly thing. This whole year.
Because just weekly news drip.
Yeah.
Fucking just agony.
Oh, what?
Oh God! All right.
No, don't do it.
I don't know. I think people, if you've been listening before, you know which one we would pick.
You should build a PC.
A Jaguar.
Yeah, buy a Neo Geo.
Buy the Game Boy Mini.
Yeah, obviously console out, you know.
Yes, build a PC.
PC is the best answer, but if you're talking consoles,
come play games with us on the PC.
Yes.
We play a lot of our games on the PC. So if you wanted to play with us, we have a couple of community nights that happen. So PC is usually our best.
Like it's kind of funny how just like our community ended up just shifting that way. Like, because we own everything.
I don't know if it's shifted. I don't know. That's just kind of us.
Yeah, was it ever not PC, Bronson?
Hey.
Oh, thanks for the more biddies.
Hey! Thank you, Jerica, for the biddies.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for my inferior boyfriend who can't work a PC, I don't know. I don't blame him. But
it's a lot. It can be a lot of work.
If we had to pick between Switch, PS5, or Series X.
And I can only have the one.
PS5.
If you're only picking one.
PS5. There's not even a question.
Really?
Oh yeah. I've been a PlayStation fanboy since.
That's fair. They have their exclusives and
yeah. Not even that. It's just like I just love the games that are on PlayStation. Like
this is a hot.
I've had an Xbox One pretty much since it came out, and I've played like 5 things on it.
Well, like most things are on both at this point. It's just that you prefer being on the PlayStation, which is fine. It's a hard call between a Switch and a Series X for me, actually.
Ooh,
I'm gonna have to say a Series X because, dude, just Game Pass, like it's just too good. Like think about
this is really good.
Like look at all 22 of those fucking games they showed at that showcase are on Game Pass, And then you factor in the fact that they're cross-play with PC, so if your friends are a bunch of dorks like us, then you can still play with them. And on top of that, they didn't even announce every game they had. Battletoads and Flight Sim, they didn't show in that showcase.
Right. Yeah. And as someone who is a primary PC player and has Game Pass, like, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe if I were to get a Series X and I played a game on PC, I could just jump over to the Series X and continue playing that.
For the vast majority of games, yes. The only one I've encountered that doesn't work that way is the Outer Worlds. And Outer Worlds also has a separate achievements list, which I find weird and kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I will say to Xbox, though, the witchcraft that they've invented to where I can pause a game, swap to another game, play that, and then swap to another game and play that, and just keep swapping, have a Hulu thrown up.
You can have
that
up to...
is like magic witchcraft. You can have 6 of that.
Yeah, you have 6 games and or apps that are active from the point you left them. And that is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. I'll pull it up right now for the chat.
Is Flight Sim coming to Xbox Series X, or is that purely PC?
I believe that's PC for now, but they do want to try and bring it to
that's fair. Yeah.
Console. They're not gonna bring it to fucking Xbox One though. It's just
no. That looks insane.
Yeah, that game. Like, if you tried to run that on Xbox One, it would just catch fire.
Right. Okay,
so. Let me bring up the XSplit. So
struggling with Avengers right now. I don't think it could handle Flight Sim.
Yeah, like if it's barely running Avengers. Alright, so I'm going to pull up this quick resume demo for those of you who haven't seen it. This is something that I haven't even... what the fuck did I miss with Flight? So this is something that even a PC can't do right now. Okay. This is... I was so wildly impressed when I saw this shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to say this is the window? Nope, wrong one, damn it. Oh, wait, no, that is the right one. Sorry. There we go. Alright, so check this shit out. Alright.
Okay.
Oh, alright, we got trailer. Trailer in the corner.
Alright.
I love it. Okay, I was about to say, you should zoom it
There you
out.
go, there you go.
Yep, gotcha. Alright. Check this fucking tech demo out. Alright, they're playing State of Decay. They have State of Decay 2 up and running. Go over to Forza. And give it about 5 seconds here. Boom. Look at that shit.
Sure.
And the thing is, it's not just resuming a game from the main menu. It is literally the point in which you were playing it.
Right.
Boom. Or, yeah. Check that shit out.
There's a little bit of a startup time, and then, yep, you're in. Wow.
Dude.
Load time is not even something I'm gonna try and complain about.
Yeah, no. Like, that, compared to, like, what it is getting into a game now, where it's like, here's
you have to close the game, you have to boot up the other game, go through the menu, hit continue.
Yep.
Yeah, just, this was such a, like, this is just fucking witchcraft.
Isn't Sony working on some stuff with SSDs and all that?
Yeah, like, Sony actually has the faster SSD. They have a custom one.
Wow.
But, which is part of the reason why it's more expensive, even though it's a weaker console.
But we don't know, like, the full capabilities of that, or...
Yeah, like, so...
Or they don't have...
Yeah,
like,
and boom. And they flip back to State of Decay 2 where they were.
Your game, essentially.
Yeah, dude, that's...
Like, if I'm in the middle of combat with, like, Uncharted 17 or whatever it is, I'm getting shot at by random mercenaries. I could swap over to, like, I don't know, State of Decay, for example. And when I swap back, I'm not going to be dead in Uncharted, right?
It pauses the game.
Suspends it.
Fucking witchcraft.
It's going to be interesting, I wonder.
Like, as someone who is currently swapping between Persona 4 Dancing All Night, Ghost of Tsushima, and Fall Guys, that's amazing. That's
like dance all night anymore. I have to stop by like 11:32 at the latest.
Yeah, man, I'm getting old. I just can't do it anymore. But no, so like, and then on Xbox, I think about like how I swap around my Xbox a lot because like I want to play Halo for like 30 minutes and then I'll hop into Gears and then like check on my Viva Pinata garden. So yeah, like that's a really cool feature. I think Game Pass is really there. The thing is I will probably be buying a PS5 first because depending on what is within the launch window for games. Just because I know all that Xbox shit works on my very good computer.
Right.
And I have an entire computer ready to sell to buy a 3080. So,
right.
I have a second one as well. It sits in the corner and just looks nice. It's more of an aesthetic PC.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, that thing's probably worth like $400 or $500 still.
I'd sell that for $500 right now. I could plug that in. It works great.
Yeah, no.
I just got rid of my other monitor to put it in my room so I can watch Bar Rescue while I play video games.
So here's the, and also
Your face is
what the hell? All right, sure.
Every now and then when I'm playing a game I've played a lot before, or it's a lot of like travel time, like Ghost of Tsushima, like I'm just like, oh, let's throw on a show, and I can just kind of watch it while I run on.
I just last night I was watching Kitchen Nightmares while playing stuff.
Same. I was listening to.
You should watch Bar Rescue. It's.
I just have never heard of Bar Rescue, so.
Oh, okay. So look it up on YouTube. Look up the little clips. Imagine. It's basically Kitchen Nightmares, but with angry bar owners.
Ooh, all right.
I was listening.
He goes into their bars. He's like, "Why are there fruit flies in your drinks?" and smashes bottles.
Oh God, okay.
And then he completely redesigns the bar for them and like makes it popular and successful. And it's a great show.
Okay.
Well,
I bought season 4 because it's not on a streaming service, and it had like 60 episodes for like $25.
Dude, no, that's how I am with Better Call Saul. Like, I'm about to buy season 5 because it's not on Netflix yet. Like, I'm just, if a show is good enough, I'll go out of my way.
Yeah,
sure.
All the clips, and I was like, I need more of this, and just bought the season on the PlayStation.
Just like Harley Quinn, like I paid for a whole another month of DC. Just to finish that show.
Yep.
So yeah, no, that's been. So back to the news. We got
a lot of news. We've almost been on for 3 hours.
So
yeah, we need to start getting moving. Ray's getting hungry.
Let's do this.
I said you'd order DoorDash. So
I don't want to be just. Podcast.
So PS4 sales top 112 million units. This currently makes it the, I believe, 3rd or 4th most successful console of all time. Which, let me double check. Hold on. Yes, this makes it the 4th most successful console of all time, after the PS2, the DS, and the original Game Boy. So, and it's probably at its current pace going to pass the Game Boy. It does not have a prayer of getting the original DS and PS2.
Okay.
So, there's that.
But damn,
that's fucking...
a hell of a mark.
That's a lot of units.
Getting ahead when the market's recovering.
Yep.
You know?
Also, hey, we have had this problem. We like playing Halo. But
I do like playing Halo.
Some of our community is locked to the Xbox version. Well,
yes.
Guess what? Finally, Master Chief Collection later in the year will be getting crossplay, a custom game browser, and mouse and keyboard support on Xbox One.
Wow, okay, that's great.
Really cool.
Yep.
So that's a big... along with that, Halo 3 is adding new guns and weapon skins with its next patch.
That's interesting. That's crazy to me.
That, I don't know how to feel about that, because Halo 3 was like my bread and butter, and now they're like, new stuff's coming to it. I'm like, what? That was... No, don't change it. You're gonna ruin it.
I mean, I don't know. Another reason to play Halo 3 for me. Sure.
Yeah, give me
if
more.
They suck. Just take them out.
Yeah, I mean, if they suck, you don't gotta use them. The originals are there.
That's true too. Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm gonna do a little more cleanup stories before we get to the ones that are gonna cause actual discussion.
Yeah.
PS5 is backwards compatible. Even if a game hasn't been tested, it'll run. It's just a matter of how well will it run. So you'll be able to
is that like PlayStation entirely or PlayStation 4?
That is PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So no, the all right.
So we become the testers, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, it's hey, we can't be bothered to do this, so here you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's that.
All right.
As for Ninja, he finally returned to Twitch this week. And he has he's finally returned to Twitch this week, and his first stream had over 100,000 viewers.
Ooh.
So after receiving $5 million due to Mixer's closer, he is back on Twitch and bigger than ever.
We'll be there one day, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, that's a hell of a business deal he made.
They got into the live stream market at the right time, and they did all the right stuff at the right time.
Yep.
Good on them.
Even worked this Mixer deal, and then still ended up back on Twitch with or back earning money.
They got paid for 5 years for 1 year of work.
Yep. They sure did.
Which is where I'm trying to be in life.
Right, yeah.
And Ninja now has his clothing brand and fucking all kinds of shit, dude. Like, it's so anyway, that's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And now the rest of the stuff that we have is going to require some level of actual discussion.
Okay.
So hey, Ray, I would say you and I are Blizzard fans. We play a lot of Blizzard games.
Somewhat, yeah. I put some time into the Blizz.
Well, it turns out that when it comes to their employees are starting to revolt as they anonymously share pay data. This was first broken by Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg. Reports that most of the pay increase given after Blizzard's study were less than 10%, significantly less than most people expected. Employees at Blizzard Entertainment have previously described having to skip meals to make rent. While one veteran claims they're making less now than they were with Blizzard almost a decade ago. Last year, Blizzard Entertainment was asked by parent company Activision to cut costs, resulting in hundreds of job cuts, with new responsibilities foisted on the remaining workers without a pay increase. The same story has repeated for a number of years, even as the company posts record profits. Bobby Kotick, CEO of Blizzard, continues to make an enormous salary, far larger than many others in the industry. I believe last year it was $40 million. Let me double check that.
Yeah, and while you're looking that up, no, I've had a lot of I have friends that have gone into game design, and like their dream was to work at Blizzard, and like that's kind of gone now because Blizzard, from everything I've heard over like the last like 2 years, I guess specifically, is just kind of the worst company you can work for because they just keep lowering salaries.
Like either lowering salaries or just oh, it was $30 million, by the way.
Yeah, like I think I saw somewhere that was just like you can make more working at Burlington Coat Factory in LA than working at Blizzard.
That if you're a manager, I would buy that.
Yeah, like if you're like a manager at Burlington, you make more than a designer at Blizzard, and I was like, that can't be real.
Ugh.
I mean, the real ironic part about this is a decade ago, Blizzard had probably one of the most competitive salaries out there because they had profit sharing. For those of you who don't know what profit sharing is, that is when if a game does well and the company does well, you get paid more and they get a higher share of the profits. So if World of Warcraft, so for example, when World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King became the most popular MMO ever by a massive amount, they made way more money. The employees did at the time. Versus now, where that's not a thing. Continuing, one employee created a spreadsheet and encouraged staff to share. The top performers at Blizzard received a salary increase that was 20% more than in prior years, and a bunch of people got promotions. But overall salary investment is consistent with prior years. Wage disparity is a hot-button issue in the video game industry currently, with the $150 billion game industry calls for unionization and growth, and a pro-labor board recently slammed Activision for Bobby Kotick's salary in 2019, which, if you include stock options, was $40 million. And then last year it also paid $15 million in stock awards to incoming Chief Financial Officer Dennis Durkin. That sounds like a guy would be a dick. Dennis Durkin. That sounds like he's a dick.
Sure.
Some producers and engineers at Blizzard make well over $100,000 a year, but others, such as testers, customer service, and entry-level reps, are often paid much less. So, Yep.
Crazy to think.
Let's see. One Blizzard veteran told Bloomberg News they recently received a raise of less than 50 cents an hour.
Ooh.
Feel that pain.
Yeah, I actually have a story that's related to that. Is my job up until this past year has got given fairly consistent raises and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I started the job at 11 hour, then I went to 12.50, then I went to 13.50. This is plus bonuses. This is back when they had a very generous bonus structure. And then I got put up to 14, and then they did my yearly review, and they went from 14 to 14.50. Even though I had an excellent year, it was a 4 out of 5 star year. They said I was, they're like, yeah, enjoy the 15 cents. And I'm like, oh, thank you, sir.
Right?
Thank you.
What's something crazy about my job? So my job is based off of so you set goals, and if you meet those goals, you do better, and you get better raises and everything. But the weird part is that, say, I'll put in my goals, I'll do self-reflection, give myself a grade, and then I'll send it to my manager. And then he'll give me a grade, adjust mine if needed, kind of a thing, and and then send it up to upper management. And when it gets to upper management, they cut your score in half automatically. It doesn't matter what you do, how good you were, they will immediately cut it to give you less money.
Jesus.
I think my last grade, the best you can do is a 4. No one ever gets a 4. I usually, I'm a 3.5, I think. And, I'll get it back, and it'll be like, yeah, your grade was a 2.3. And I'm like, what do you mean a 2.3? And, you can't argue it. You have to just take it. And it's so dumb, because essentially the people who never work with you, have never met you, they don't know what you do, grade you on how your raise should go.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I'm just like, how does that function? Why is that even a thing? Why do I have to grade myself if you're gonna do it and erase everything I put?
God.
Well, if this makes you feel better, Ray, the executives over at Panasonic, a Panasonic executive salary is $237,000 on average, and the most compensated executive at your company, it makes $700,000 a year.
Makes sense. I mean, it is Panasonic.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that the high-ups make money. I know the high-ups make money.
It's just...
I just want to make a little more, I put in hard work for a year.
Well, it's I work for the 5th biggest company in America, and I've actually calculated, what an average agent brings in a year, and, most of us are disgustingly underpaid for the amount of money we make the company.
Yeah. Also, back to the BlizzCon topic real quick. I almost went to college down in Sunnyvale to be a game designer. My goal was to work at, EA, Blizzard, something like that, until I found out a year tuition was $175,000.
Right, and you're doing that...
And I was just they guarantee you an internship with EA or Pixar. They guarantee it. You get that when you graduate. So you have a really good foot in the door.
Yep.
But the problem was that I also realized is that if you have a class of 200 people that all went to Pixar, they pick 3 people to hire.
Right.
Well,
so if 4 people are better than you, you automatically don't get a job.
Well, think of it this way. Even if you do get that job, you are going to be drastically underpaid for your job until you hit that producer, high engineer level.
Yeah, which is crazy, because I calculated I would have had to do 3 years minimum to get that job. I was like, that is almost $600,000 of money to get an entry-level job where I'm not going to be paid super well until 4 years in. I'll be good for the poor. I'll be outside of my work with a coin jar being like, a penny, toss a coin to your hobo. It's it's not worth it. I realized that if I wanted to do what I thought about doing my entire high school career, I would have basically been homeless, struggling, and probably wouldn't have a job after college.
Yep.
And I was it's not worth it.
Chibi-chan says, woohoo, that sounds so sad. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chibi-san.
Yeah, so no, Dude,
That's so hard. That's why I'm glad I became an engineer through connections.
Yeah, like...
It just sucks, because, like, you want to do what you want to do.
Yeah, like...
If you have a passion for making games, like, that's great, but then you can't.
Yeah, like, I would love to go back into animation and game design, like, 3D modeling.
The woohoo was something else.
It was something else. That was a long time ago, but the way you read it put together was really good.
Yeah, like, no, the game field is really rough. That's why you kind of, unless you're big, it's rough in the beginning.
Well, like, even this kind of work, right? Like, we had a lengthy talk last week about, like, how super hard it is to break into, like, games media or content creation. Like, yeah, like, and, like, have any level of success. Like, it's, you know, like, we've had more success than most. Like, we've been doing E3 and a CES and have gotten, like, sponsorships worth, like, large sums of money. But, like, even then, like, we are not what I would term successful.
But
yeah, like, I thought game designers, etc., had the best jobs ever. I mean, I would love it. Every day I'd be at work, I'd be like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm designing levels for Bloodborne, kind of the thing. But then you'd leave work and be like, I wonder if I could eat tonight. Let me check my bank account.
Yeah.
And that's if you're not working extra hours, you know?
Yeah, because like, crunch, like, dude, think about...
Oh, yeah, think about all the articles that come out that it's just like so-and-so forced their employees to do 10 hours of overtime every day to get this game or movie out.
Well, yeah, like, I remember when I was, like, looking at jobs at, like, Microsoft, because, like, we have a Microsoft office here, and, you know, like, everyone who's smart uses it as a springboard to get up to Redmond or Bungie or 343, and, like, I remember looking at, like, jobs at 343, and it's like, must be willing to work insane amounts of overtime.
Yep.
And like, it makes sense.
For not a lot of money.
Not a lot of money, not a lot of, like, the reward is basically, like, if you're really good, you're gonna jump up the ladder, probably, at least somewhat fast.
Yeah, like, from what I've heard
You have to grind for that.
Let's see, yeah, suck that you're terribly underpaid, so unfair. Well, like, from what I've heard about, like, 343 Industries in particular, like, if you're, like, competent and, like, know your stuff, you go up the ladder pretty quick, just because they just churn through people there, which is part of the reason why Halo probably has had some issues.
Right, yeah.
So...
But, yeah.
But this should not be happening at Blizzard.
No.
It shouldn't be happening in general.
But, shouldn't be happening in general, but like Blizzard has the least amount of excuses.
Oh, yeah, like, Blizzard is... Okay, like, you look at that Battle.net launcher, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, you have Call of Duty, the biggest game in the world. You have... And the biggest Battle Royale right now. It's the most popular Battle Royale on Twitch. Alright. They don't have Destiny anymore, remember?
That's right. It got taken off, yep.
But then you have... World of Warcraft, both versions are the biggest MMO in the world. You have Diablo, it is huge. Hearthstone.
Diablo is not that huge anymore.
Diablo's still a big name, dude. Like, if you go and you ask people, like, about Diablo and talk about Diablo, it's still big. Overwatch is one of the biggest games in the world, one of the biggest E-leagues. Hearthstone is one of the biggest games in the world. Like, they have 1, 2, 3, at minimum 4 of the biggest games on the planet. You know, at minimum.
Yeah.
So...
You should mute that, buddy.
Yeah, no, people...
I keep getting hyped for Dragon Ball, and then you keep turning it off. Either play it or turn it off.
People need to stop calling me, but I...
Who's calling you?
This. Apparently my mom.
Oh.
So...
Tell her we say hi.
Yeah, we're running late.
I will. So I definitely, this is a company that has zero excuses for this. This is like 110% zero excuses. It's like, you know, hopefully, you know, the game industry unionizes. If they don't unionize, at least, like, you know, because here's the thing: if you get one. This is my advice to you. If you're an employee at a Blizzard or a company that mistreats you, there are game industry companies that do treat people at least good-ish. You know,
if
at minimum.
Got, jobs, like, yeah.
And something is good. Get that big game on your resume and then fucking move. Yeah. Like, that's my advice. Get your fucking...
That's the trick.
Get your fucking, get your Halo, your Warcraft, your whatever it is on your resume, and then bounce over to Sucker Punch or wherever the fuck.
Also, I don't know why, but I think my AC turned off because it's 1 billion degrees.
There you go. Great.
Oh, God.
Rocksteady has announced a Suicide Squad game.
Is this the thing they've been working on for years?
Apparently. The Rocksteady has announced it's working on a Suicide game, and it's going to announce further details on August 22nd as part of DC Fandom, DC Comics Digital Fan Event. And they showed a picture of what looks to be Superman.
Yep.
And it says Target Locked, August 22nd. And it has the Suicide Squad logo over Superman's head.
Yep. Architect Avian says, ew. So, I mean, I guess I gotta see what the gameplay looks like, right? It could be
I haven't
great.
seen anything about this, so.
But that's a choice. They they have to have had like a good idea for a game. To be doing this.
This is a studio. You remember Arkham Knight came out in 2015, so it has been 5 full years. So it's and apparently the game's full name may be Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Ooh.
So, dude, okay, that's actually okay. Now that is a cool idea for a game. You play as the Suicide Squad. You are trying to murk each member of the Justice League.
Right. I think they have to have a. Well, okay. So when did the Suicide Squad movie come out?
2016.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
They have to be like. They have to have like a real great idea to be continuing pushing this because the Suicide Squad name is kind of at its lowest point right now.
Yeah, that movie did. I wasn't a big fan of it. Like, it wasn't bad, but I wasn't like wanting to see it again.
Right.
I thought it was the definition of just mediocre as hell. So.
It was right in the middle of good bad.
See, it was a terrible movie, says Jarek.
I mean, Will Smith basically carried that whole movie.
Him and Margot Robbie, man.
Yeah.
Next news story we got is Dr. Disrespect breaks silence on Twitch and he has had his first YouTube stream. His first YouTube stream also had over 100,000 people in it. Which, once again, another platform that allows you to be discovered.
Right, yeah.
Makes sense.
So we don't know. We still don't know.
He still hasn't said what happened with Twitch, right?
No, this is what he says during his first stream back on YouTube. The doc addressed his mysterious ban from earlier this year, according to the two-time. He still has no clue why Twitch banned him, reiterating that what he said last month, which is that Twitch has not given him a reason for the ban yet. As far as he knows, he didn't do anything to warrant a ban. Adding to this, Dr. Disrespect condoned how Twitch went about their ban and how it continues to go about it. Further, he confirmed that he can't say too much about the situation due to legal and contractual issues involved. In regards to the ban, after saying, "Look me in the eyes," the streamer said, "We still have no idea. We have no idea." The streamer continued joking about people doubting that he still doesn't know why Twitch gave him the boot. And then he says, quote, "We have no idea. I'm going to tell you this right now. As far as I'm concerned, we didn't do anything to warrant a ban, let alone about how they went banning us. No communication before, no reaching out, nothing. Boom. Done." The doc continues, "The problem is, too, there are many people in that community that are anxious for an answer, and so that does create a level of urgency and speculation. I think it's just a fucking cockroach approach, period." At that moment of publishing, the doc's big return stream is still going on, and it actually hit 400,000 viewers at one point, and it capped out at 550K while addressing the Twitch ban. Meanwhile, Twitch continues to remain silent about the ban, likely for similar reasons. I just want to say 550,000 people, holy fuck.
I would just like 1% of that.
Give us just a 1%, Mr. Disrespect. Please, Mr. Doctor.
Does anyone here buy that he doesn't know why he's been banned?
That totally seems like a Twitch thing. I could believe that.
I could believe it, but I don't.
I think at this point it might be a little bit more of a PR thing to be like, listen, let's just not tell him. It's going to make you seem curious and make people come every time.
He said there are things he cannot contractually
say.
talk about.
Yeah, so
And-
he knows something.
He knows at least something. I don't know how much, but something.
Yeah.
I feel like his reaction when he finds out that he's getting banned is not one of surprise.
It was so muted, yeah. It felt like he almost knew it was coming. He just didn't know when, kind of a thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I also could see that just like is so in shock. You're like, oh, fuck. You know, like
I would like to have heard a what somewhere.
Yeah.
fair.
You know? But, yeah. I don't know.
This is huge. Also, like, I realize he hasn't, like, man, I think we're on the wrong platform sometimes because look what fucking having a discovery algorithm does for an already big streamer.
Right, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
550K, boy. That makes
Yep.
Ninja's numbers even look like fucking clown shoes. Alright, well, anyway. That's nuts, though. And, like...
That is nuts.
Like, that... Look, Twitch has had a...
Nuts.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nah, it's just the nuts. It's fucking psychotic.
Twitch has had a lot of drama recently as is, so,
Yeah.
you know, it makes sense. Yeah, like that this has been a year of Twitch drama, and I could see that, and it's harder and harder to make a name for yourself here, so I definitely could see that, like, more people going to Facebook and YouTube. Like, especially because if you've looked at the streaming market over the past year, Twitch has, like, grown by only a couple of percentage, but YouTube and Facebook have grown by, like, tens of percentages.
Yeah.
So...
Yep.
We'll see. Hey, so you know how Microsoft's doing Project xCloud and it's part of Game Pass, their whole streaming service?
I do.
Well, they stopped iOS testing yesterday, no sealed, well ahead of the September 15th launch. And it's because Apple came out with a statement to Business Insider saying, the App Store is created to be a safe and trusted place for customers to discover and download apps, and a great business opportunity for all developers. Before they go on our store, all apps are reviewed against the same set of guidelines. They're intended to protect their customers and provide a fair and level playing field to developers. Our customers can enjoy great apps and games from millions of developers, and gaming services can launch on the App Store as long as they follow the same set of guidelines. Basically, xCloud is no longer coming to iOS devices because Apple wants to review every single game that goes on the Game Pass service first before they can launch it on Game Pass. And Microsoft...
It was nice having you in the chat.
Thank you, Jimmy Chan.
Jimmy
Thank you for
Chan.
visiting. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We are on every single Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. You can find
So,
us...
join
Nice to
the
see you
Dis-
around.
Join the Discord.
Yes, please.
Feel free to talk nonsense with us there.
Discord.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You have a great test of days. So what this means is, no Project xCloud for Apple devices, essentially.
That's a real bummer.
That's a huge bummer, and that's a huge part of the market.
That is.
That's a problem for Xbox too.
But that's that's also super shitty of Apple, because like it's only because it's games, because Netflix doesn't have to review every fucking movie. It's like no, and I also have a little bit of a feeling it's because Apple has their own game service on iOS devices, and make it a little more difficult to run there, eh? Like
That's a theory. That's a thought.
I'm just saying, like, and the Apple game service is cool. Like, and it's super cheap. It's only $5 a month. But yeah, it's Apple Arcade. That's it. And it's $5 a month, 0 ads, and you can stream and download all kinds of iOS games, Sonic Racing and whatnot. Like looking through here, some of these are good games, some of these are App Store garbage, and it's just like, it's oddly suspicious that you allow your own service, but not this one that has like real video games on it.
Right.
So I don't know. It's Like, Microsoft says they're committed to getting it on there, so I imagine they'll work out some deal with Apple, or they pay an obscene amount of money to get it on the platform, because
it's important.
Yeah, iOS is huge.
Huge.
It really is.
Like, here's the thing. People always say, like, oh, there are more Android phones out there, but the thing you need to remember, the iPhone on its own, just the iPhone, like, that's the thing. There are thousands of different Androids, but just the iPhone is like 25% of the smartphone market. That is fucking crazy.
It is insane.
You know, that like one model, because like on Android you have the LG, you have the fucking Samsung Galaxy, you have the, this, that, or the other, and you have phones that are anywhere from $100 that you can buy at a Walmart for you, or even as low as $50 you can buy at a Walmart, all the way up to a $2,000 Samsung. Versus Apple, which is just selling a $7,000 to $1,000 one type of phone.
No, it's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. Alright, so we got one last thing. Actually, two last things, rather, sorry. Okay. First up is Yoshinori Ono, the man who has led Street Fighter since Street Fighter 4. Was an audio producer on Mega Man in the 90s, along with Breath of Fire, Devil May Cry, and Dead Rising. And is considered to be one of the driving forces behind Street Fighter's and fighting games comeback. And the Capcom Pro Tour is leaving Capcom.
Man.
That's crazy. Why
are
they leaving?
He put out a letter. Dear Street Fighter series players and fighting game community members, there have been many unexpected events occurred globally in 2020. Especially the COVID-19 has been significantly affecting many people's lives and health all over the world. I'm praying that all of you and your loved ones are staying safe and healthy. Since Capcom Cup in 2013, the Pro Tour has become an annual event because of the continued tremendous support from the players and fighting game community members. We at Capcom had many internal discussions about the format of the CPT. Basically, what's happening is they had to do another. They didn't really cite anything, but what it's looking like happened. Is that we are getting another season of Street Fighter V.
Okay.
And what supposedly happened, went down in behind the scenes, is Street Fighter 6 was in development, and it was a complete shit show led by Ono. So Capcom pulled it started development over, and demoted him to what in Japan is known as a window seat. For those of you who know what a window seat is, that is like a job. It's like a busy work job in Japan. It's like you still keep your title, you still keep all the prestige you used to have, but here we're going to throw you in the corner and make you do paperwork because you fucked up so bad. Yeah, you got demoted to esports, which, once again, window seat.
Yeah.
So he will be... let's see. So Capcom staff and the generation will be taking care of Street Fighter, Brand, Lee, and the World Warriors. I do believe they'll continue making Street Fighter extraordinary. I'll look forward to seeing the new Street Fighter brand and how it's going to be expanded. I was trying to contact whom I've gotten to work with in the past about my resignation. However, it's quite difficult to reach out to all the people I've associated with throughout my career in almost 3 decades. So I'd humbly like to ask your kind understanding when the opportunity comes. I'd like to extend warm greetings and my appreciation to those individuals and companies I've had a chance to work with. Again, to many players in FGC and its operations staff and all Street Fighter fans, thank you so much for your continued support. I regret that as a Street Fighter Series executive producer, I wasn't able to do Shoryuken to get to there with all of you at each event in 2020. So please allow this as my closing statement in this message to you. 3, 2, 1. Shoryuken! And then his signature.
Man.
I got to meet him at the last E3 I went to. I took a selfie with him, and he held up his little Blanca figure, and he was super cool and barely spoke English.
I ran into him like the day after that, just for like a second. Someone was taking a selfie with him, and I was just like, "Oh, hey, it's him." Said hi, moved on.
Yep.
He was super nice.
Yeah, he's one of he got his position. Like, he understood like why it was a big deal. Like, he was a cool dude, or he is a cool dude, but. Yeah, dude, it's weird, and like to hear that Street Fighter 6 is just a shit show.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 kind of started pretty rough too, though.
Yes, but like at least it was able to like be launched and get out there.
That's true.
You know, like that's the thing.
It wasn't a roving dumpster fire.
Exactly. Versus, like, being so bad that we ripped you off the project and moved you on to being esports lead, and made you want to resign.
Rough is an understatement.
Yeah, and then, like, yeah, like, that game, you know, I remember I gave it, like, a 7 out of 10, and I said, yeah, the core fighting is really good, but everything else about this is a dumpster fire. So, you know, hopefully he lands on his feet. He's a good dude. You know, we'll see where Street Fighter goes.
See where he ends up. Yeah.
Capcom has had a lot of success recently, though, but not in fighting games. Like, Devil May Cry was the best Devil May Cry, honestly. Monster Hunter did really well. Resident Evil 2 did really well. Resident Evil 3 was, like, good but flawed. So, like, you know, they kind of need to continue this hot streak. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Correction. Avian shouts. Into the
correction.
void.
Monster Hunter World is doing really well. Yeah,
He's
like
doing really well.
yeah, that's true. It's still going, but so yeah, like that. And I keep meaning to play the PC version of that game with people.
Yeah, same.
I want to get a
I
group
have
together.
it on console.
I had it on console, but I was like, I want all the fancy PC features. So last thing we got is we got a question.
We got a question.
What's the question, Bronson?
This was a fun little thread that I thought we would do. Without revealing your age, what is something you remember in gaming that if you told a younger person, they wouldn't understand?
I mean, there's the basic ones of like having to change the component cables.
Aw, Jerica, I love you too. You're fantastic.
There's the blowing into your game to make it work.
So I went with a couple of PC version ones, or PC ones. I remember when everybody fucking hated Steam.
Yeah.
I remember that.
They thought it was the devil.
Like, I remember just everyone bitching, like, can't believe I have to install this fucking software to play Half-Life 2, fucking DRM. I remember that one, and I remember big PC boxes. Like, I remember fucking, like, I have, like, my Unreal Tournament box is, like, this big. Like, it's awesome. Like, I miss that.
I remember you couldn't make a phone call while being on the internet to play a game.
I actually never had to deal with that, thankfully. Trying to explain dying of Oregon Trail.
Everyone knows the Oregon Trail.
But yeah, so it was one of those things where, like, you know, like, big, and also buying physical copies of PC games. Yeah, like,
buying the big box sets.
Yeah, like, okay, so
having like 3D installed discs and a code you had to put in.
Yeah, like, okay, so for you youngins in the chat, let me explain to you what buying a PC game was from like 1995 to like 2008.
Everyone gather around Grandpa Bronson.
You went to the store and you bought this giant fucking box that was about yay big that had a bunch of sheets, paper-thin sheets, with CDs in them, anywhere from 1 to 6. And you had a manual.
I was gonna say, think of going to Walmart in like the game section. You know that part at the end that looks confusing with all like the Nancy Drew games?
That was like all PC games.
Yeah.
Think
of that.
And then you also had these like, and then it had a full color illustrated manual that was like this thick, like every game. And you took that disc and you put it in a disc tray on your PC, which I know for some of you don't have one. My current PC doesn't have one, actually. So you put it in and you installed them one at a time, and you're like, what do you mean one at a time? Once again, there were anywhere from 1 to 6, and you fucking put them in one at a time. And you're like, why didn't you just use one DVD? Because DVD drives were expensive as fuck. So, and you put them in, and then you installed them all, and then it would ask you for a little code. And the code would be written down on the piece of paper, and you type it in and enter it, and they'd let you play. And this is to prove you weren't pirating it. or stealing the discs. Now, to add on to this, they had another layer of DRM where, even though this was the case, you had to leave the play disc in the CD drive in your computer, even though it was installed to your hard drive. So, yeah, there you go. Mine either don't feel bad, so it's like, yeah, I think most don't. My last PC did, the one I had built in 2016.
So, do you remember the last game you had to physically install? Because for me, it was Diablo 2.
Fear.
Oh my god, I can't.
Fear. It was Fear, which was no, wait. Spore? Did Spore have that?
I think it did.
No, I think Spore was Origin based. But to answer, but for sure Fear. So like World of Warcraft expansions, you just update it. You bought the box to get the key.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was.
Yeah, remember when games started coming out with keys and it was like magic?
Like yeah, it was just here's a key, enter it on a website. You own the game digitally now.
Yeah,
like
that. Like.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time, and I loved this time, when you could put in codes that made you invincible and made you jump around and do crazy shit that the game wasn't supposed to let you do.
That was cool.
They don't fucking do that anymore.
I remember
very few games do. GTA still does.
GTA still does.
Yeah, I remember buying, San Andreas, and in the used copy I got from Game Crazy, it had like a piece of paper tucked into the manual in the very front with a code list. And I was like, what does this do? And all of a sudden I had a helicopter with like bazookas. And I was like, this is the dopest thing!
That was one of my favorite memories of video games, was when cheats were like a mainstream thing you did. You programmed cheats in, and then it would show up in tips and tricks, and you'd look through for the game that you want to play, that you're playing. And
every year they would sell a cheats and codes booklet. A guide with all the fucking...
They would have the monthly magazine and tips and tricks, and then there's websites like Cheat Planet was doing their thing, and a couple other sites.
GameSpot's like FAQ guide for all of them.
Gamekast had it.
What was it? Here's a memory that stood out in my mind.
There was I think a guide on 4chan for a little while.
Probably. One that stood out to me, a thing that kind of dates me a little bit, was I was at going on Xbox Live the day Halo 3 came out. And I had an almost full Xbox Live friends list. I had like 85 out of 100 people. And literally all 85 were online and playing Halo 3 except 2 people. Yep. One was playing Halo 2, the other was playing Gears. Everyone else was online and playing Halo 3, and for the like a brief moment, the entire gaming world was united and held hands. And then like 3 weeks later, Orange Box came out, and and then Call of Duty came out and ruined everything.
Goddamn. So, the era of Game Genie and Game Shark. Taking pictures in Pokemon Snap and going to the Blockbuster and printing out your pictures.
I remember that. Oh my god.
You can still buy those machines off eBay.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get that for your apartment.
That's the arcade cabinet I want.
Get that for your apartment.
That is the biggest waste of money and space. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. There's some cool stuff about older games that I love. I love not having an interface. You plugged in the game and you hit the power button and it immediately turned on the game. There's no menu to go through.
Yeah.
No, I actually liked when game consoles started getting those, especially like 360 era.
I mean, 360 era, they started having other things to do.
Yeah, on the home screen. Like, PlayStation, if your disc was messed up on PlayStation, you could like flip through your memory card and look at all your games in there, and that was kind of neat. But that's all PlayStation 2 had. Also, memory cards. I tried
memory cards.
I had I think I saw where was it on Twitter where someone was trying to explain to a kid what a memory card was, He's like, oh, like an SD card, and he was like, yeah, but really
Sure.
small.
Oh,
and
can we talk?
And you would lose all the time.
Can we talk about how awesome it is that the fucking the Xbox Series X is getting fucking a memory card? Can we talk about how sick that is?
Wow.
Oh, dude, yeah, like that, and it's a 1 terabyte memory card that's about this big. It's basically just an SSD.
Flash drive that you put in.
Yeah, like it's fucking amazing.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, so. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. One thing I actually miss also is like the one big game during the holidays, from like 2005-ish to 2012-ish. Basically, the 7th and end of the 6th generation, where it's like, okay, everyone this holiday is playing Gears 2. Everyone this holiday is playing Modern Warfare 2. Everyone this holiday is playing, Halo 3 at Orange Box. Like, I miss that versus now, like...
I don't know, I liked the classic ones, like early 2000s, where it was just like, everyone's playing Sonic or everyone's playing Mario.
I mean, yeah, that was like the 90s.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. I really liked classic campaigning for a video game.
Yeah, like...
Like, people being like, hey, let us put this in Walmart with our big display of Donkey Kong punching Mario in the face.
See...
And underneath it, it's just gonna be Sonic the Hedgehog just flipping the bird to him. With "Buy Sega" underneath it.
So, like, one thing, and also, like, and this is never gonna happen again, because, like, even when a big game like that comes out, like the biggest of the big games, you log on to Xbox Live or PSN or whatever it is, and you just see, like, everyone, like, you'll see a lot of people playing that game. Like, with Last of Us 2, like, about a fourth of my friends list was playing Last of Us 2. When the new Call of Duty comes out, a lot of people be on it. But, like, there's never that moment of you log on and, like, everyone's on the same game.
Right.
I mean, thinking about my friends list, I don't know how many of them just have, like just the extra income to buy games day one.
I mean,
a lot of people I know also wait, like, 2 weeks to get reviews and judge a game through that.
Yeah, but even then, like, there's just not that, like... Back in the day, there was that, like, day one cycle of just, like, oh shit, everyone's on this. It has happened once in modern times that I can remember, and that was everybody, like, WoW Classic. WoW Classic was, like, everybody on my Battle.net's friend list, all, like, 200 people, are online and trying to play this fucking game or playing this fucking game.
Yeah.
There is no middle.
I remember day one, I couldn't even find room in Benediction.
I could not get into this. First off, I was in the hospital at the time, but I could not get into a server for a good 2 days. Like, it was that packed.
I waited 2 weeks to play it. I was like, I'm not gonna try and force my way into this game just for it to be glitchy.
I got in and it wasn't like, once you were in, it ran fine. It's just then you ran into the problem of week one in an MMO where it is a locust horde consuming all content, and remember, it's WoW Classic, so there's no poll sharing. So just like literally, what I loved is that, like, after the first 2 days, people started to become civil too. So like there'd be a quest to kill like a boss, and literally there would be a line, like a literal fucking line you would wait in. Like, I'm waiting my turn to kill the bandit.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't free for all, get him.
That's what it was like day one, but then eventually people realized, like, okay, we need to work together to make this shit a reality. But
yeah, that's fair.
So,
I mean, I was about to say, in WoW Classic now, yeah, like, I still see a lot of people when I jump on, but it's way less than I feel like.
Our server is still packed, though.
Yeah.
Our server is still
My
packed.
favorite thing to do, though, is kill Broken Tooth while I've been grinding in the Badlands.
That's
Every time I see him, I kill him, skin him, and then a hunter will come up to me like 3 minutes later, like, hey, you just get Broken Tooth? No, but I just skinned him. And then they just send me a message, why? I'm just like, I don't know, I didn't want the Horde to get him.
That's just you being a dick.
Oh, it is. And it's because that happened to me twice while waiting for Broken Tooth, and also just everybody in the Badlands is terrible, and I hate them.
Oh, no, dude, no. Like, my experience in the Badlands, I went from, like, nah, I'll leave the Horde alone mostly when I'm leveling, to, like, after my experience in the Badlands, it's like, kill on sight.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, same. What was it? Oh my god, I lost it. No, that's it. I remember now. Yeah, having Broken Tooth while leveling in the Badlands, and every time a hunter comes up to you, I feel like I'm like a kid on the playground with a Charizard in my hand. And everyone's like, whoa, where'd you get that?
That's awesome.
Man.
Alright.
The only reference I can use for that.
Alright, guys, so...
Oh my
well,
goodness.
yeah, we gotta head out ourselves. So
Same.
everyone, thank you for tuning in. Aaron will be on tomorrow playing that there Final Fantasy VII, making that
most likely.
He's gonna keep headbutting the brick wall until it breaks.
I'll look into what I have to do to get forward in that game, and then I'll let you guys know through Discord or something what the plan is.
Forth and ignorance.
Thursday is looking like Sea of Thieves.
Looking like it. We'll see.
Friday, we are not really sure. I want to do Dragon Ball Fighters, but I want to keep doing Ghost of Tsushima, so we'll find out. Saturday, once again, same
Fighters
thing.
of Tsushima.
That game would be so cool.
Isn't that already like Samurai Showdown?
You literally read my mind. God damn it. Anyway, if you guys, and then once again, Saturday, probably being a community night of Halo or Warzone. I'm thinking Warzone. So make sure you go update it, and it's 50 gig patch. Yep. That is a 200 gig game, I believe, at this point.
Oh god. But alright, everybody.
Later, guys. We love you.
See
ya. Love y'all.
Next Sunday podcast.
Yes.